loose again, and this time he's lucky. Looking for love in several wrong places is Larry's latest lesson in love.
Who else but Leisure Suit Larry would win the $1 million lottery, a dream date on the Dating Connection, and a luxury cruise to the Mexican Riviera? But behind this blanket of fun and frivolity lies a ballyhoo of espionage and intrigue, with the KGB, the Krishnas, and the deranged Dr. None tonight on his tail. Leisure Suit Larry's luck may run out faster than his hair recedes. Will Larry save the free world from imperialistic invasion? Can he find a surefire cure for hair loss? Does he ever date a decent dame?
Hold it right there, partner. You ain't gonna wrestle no soda off of me.
Find out by playing Sierra Online's Looking for Love in Several Wrong Places.
Help Leisure Suit Larry become rich and famous.
Hello everyone. Happy Saturday. It's time for some Leisure Suit Larry. Hope you're all doing well. Thanks for the cheer, nerd. That's awesome. Right out the bat, we're off to a good start. And thanks for the sub. You're awesome. So I don't know if anybody catches up on any of these on YouTube, but last week was King's Quest 4, and usually those go up on YouTube every Saturday at 11 a.m., but I'm having some encoding problems with King's Quest 4, so I've been trying to like figure it out all day, but re-encoding a giant video takes forever, so I'm getting to it. If you remember, I took like 15 minutes to find the stupid unicorn in King's Quest 4, and I tried to cut that part out because it's really boring, but I'm getting like some audio desyncs, and I'll figure it out. So that'll be going up hopefully on YouTube tonight. I'm hoping this latest export fixed it. So we're not here to, King's Quest 4 is still causing me issues even when I'm not, even when I'm not playing it. Thanks for the sub, Lobo Link. Wrath of Rosella, yeah. Well, that's not the last you've seen of Rosella, because Rosella is actually in this game. She makes a little cameo appearance. This is Leisure Suit Larry goes looking for love in several wrong places. Or, Leisure Suit Larry 2, as we like to call it. This game came out in 1988. It came out for the Amiga, the Atari ST, and of course our favorite platform, MS-DOS. And this was the very first, both the very first Sierra game and the very first adventure game I played at the tender age of 9. We bought this game at the same time that we bought our Packard Bell 286 computer, which was my first PC. I believe it came with MS-DOS 3.3 at the time, something like that. And I want to say this was at Sears that we bought it, and this game was being shown as like a demo on one of Sears's, in-store PCs, and we were like, "What's this? What's this weird game? This looks interesting." We had no idea really anything about Larry's history or what it was. Just like, oh, this game, you walk around and you try to do stuff and solve puzzles. Like, let's buy this. This looks cool, and that would have been probably, judging from the interpreter versions in my box and in my Leisure Suit Larry 3 box, which we bought very soon after, this probably would have been very late 1989. And me and my dad played through both Larry 2 and Larry 3 together. And a lot of the jokes went over my head at the time. And, but it's memorable. It's one of the things, when I think about, my dad, playing video games with my dad, like, Leisure Suit Larry is one of the things I think of. And so, it's a lot of people don't like Larry 2, but I cannot separate this game from my nostalgia, and it holds a very special place in my heart. So, oh, and actually, hold on, let me show you something. I gotta grab it. I forgot to get it off the shelf. Ugh. We had, instead of a hint book, we had a strategy guide here called the Leisure Suit Larry Story, published by a company called Abacus. And it's basically a hint book for the first 3 games. And this is like what we used to sort of get through it when we couldn't solve the puzzles. Even at the time, from our very first adventure games, we were like, we need hints. None of this makes sense. So, yeah, this book. There are a few Larry strategy guides, and this is probably like the least well-known one. But this is something I like just deeply associate with Leisure Suit Larry. So yeah. Let's see. So this game, it is. I should show you the box too. This box right here. This box that I've owned since I was 9 years old. Leisure Suit Larry 2. This great Sierra box art. You can you can find better pictures of it online, bigger pictures, so you can look at it. But yeah, this game. Thank you for the host, Joshua Shanovitz. Thank you very much. This game is a lot less kind of overtly risque than the first Leisure Suit Larry, and a lot of the humor is very sort of innuendo. It's less of like a sex comedy and more of like sort of the silly fish out of water kind of espionage spoof, rather than Larry looking to get laid. And it's definitely kind of the weirdest Larry game of the bunch. And that's why people kind of didn't like it. Sierra made it this way. They consciously kind of dialed it back to appease a lot of the stores that had refused to carry the first game because they were like, oh, this is some filth. It was that kind of time. And that had 2 things happen there. None of the stores carried the sequel because they're like, oh, it's a sequel to the game we didn't want to carry. And audiences immediately were like, what the hell this isn't like dirty enough, right? So there was a little bit of a backlash to this game. And as you will see, it's pretty cruel as Sierra games go, with regard to a lot of the dead ends and some of the kind of circumstances you find yourself in. There's some hidden timers that can really hurt you. It's a game that really, really loves to kill you. And by designer Al Lowe's own admission, and this is a quote from a 2014 IGN interview, he said, "None of us really knew what we were doing, and we were making it up as we went along when it came to like the dead ends and some of the cruel puzzle design and whatnot." And he's like, if you did something that we didn't know how to handle, we just killed you. Whew, boy, did they ever. And the timers are not really like, it's not like, the game doesn't revolve around timers in like the way that the central way that like King's Quest 3 does, but there's still times where it's like, oh, you need to move on to the next point in the game or you're dead. And there's one specific point where that can become an issue, especially if you are just sort of like trying to get the lay of the land and figure out what you're supposed to do. It's got a pretty bad one on the cruise ship. If anybody remembers, the cruise ship was the really a tricky part of the game. Let's see. I'm going to show you right here. There's the manual. And that is that's what the manual that came in the box. It's black and white. It has a bunch of copy protection stuff in here. More importantly, it has the goofy story, and I'm going to read this to you. Okay, a continuation of the story from the first game's manual. This is the way Leisure Suit Larry looked not so very long ago. A confirmed bachelor, Larry lived with his mother and really didn't get out much. It wasn't until well after his 38th birthday that Larry realized that life was passing him by. Had to work each evening when his married friends went home to their wives and his divorced friends went home with someone else. Larry had nowhere to go. He was restless and lonely. He found himself staring at girls again and reading cartoon ads with titles like The Insult That Made a Man Out of Stan. He dreamed of being a rock star like Barry Manilow or Christopher Cross and being mauled by chicks who just couldn't keep their hands off of him. Larry's mother didn't know what to do. She had watched Larry through his birth, his childhood, his adulthood, and his second childhood. Now Larry had reached what could only be called a second puberty. He walked around in a daze, spent hours in his room with the door closed and the stereo blaring. He hid National Geographics under his bed, in his bookcase, and everywhere. So Mom did the only just and noble thing. She kicked Larry out of the house and bought herself a singles condo in South Florida. This, if you look at the right-hand page, is the way Larry looked just 1 month after his mother threw him out of the house. Notice the crisp white leisure suit, the genuine gold lacquered chains, the stepping out elevator shoes, and the Saturday Night Fever bouffant haircut. Let there be no doubt, with all the changes Larry went through, he was still a jerk. But now, he even looked the part. A trip to Lost Wages was the turning point for Larry. He arrived in the city looking for action. Quote-unquote action. His assault on the city... Jesus, his assault on the city, that's not a great way to put that, started at Lefty's Lounge, a combination cocktail lounge / brothel. He delighted the disco dames with a 360-degree move that has to be seen to be believed. And quite by accident, he found out what it was like to find a perfectly wonderful woman, worthy of more than just a one-night stand. It was a jolting experience for Larry and forever changed his views on what he wanted from a woman. And this, at the bottom, is the way Leisure Suit Larry looks today. He's a little older, a little wiser, and a little more eager to settle down. Amazingly enough, though, after all that's happened, Larry is still a jerk. However, there's still time for Larry to change. He can't be a jerk forever, or can he? Spoiler, yes he can. So, that's the story. That's the background of the game. And the rest of the manual is how to play and all that. You'll see there's all these women's photos with phone numbers peppered around the manual. This is the copy protection. Because, yeah, as you will see, when I start the game, it will ask me to enter one of these phone numbers. So, yeah, that's that. Now, let's see. I should probably just start showing you the game. Start it up here. Go over to there. Turn on my audio. We're using the Roland MT32 soundtrack. That's the good one. Again, early sound card support. This is Sierra's second game to use it. This Sierra was quite aggressive in terms of pumping out games that use their new SCI engine. These King's Quest IV, Larry 2, and Police Quest 2 all came out in like the back half of 1988. So this is SCI, Sierra Creative Interpreter game number 2. And here it wants a phone number. Fortunately, my copy of the game allows me to just enter the same number. It's always this image that pops up, and it'll accept that number. I have come, for some reason, to regard this in my headcanon, 7448, as Leisure Suit Larry's birthday. It fits in terms of what his age would be around the times of Larry 1 and 2's release. So, fun, weird personal trivia. Certain versions of the game also accepted Al Lowe's birthday, which is 0724, as just a blanket answer to everything, and it skipped the intro and put the game straight into debug mode. Mine does not do that, but yeah, this is even better. Oop. All right, here we go. Lowe, of course, did all the music for this game. He is a former, he's a jazz musician, so former high school music teacher. And this game, it shipped on 6 5.25-inch discs originally. And the way that they structured the game, it's sort of split into like 6 quote-unquote levels. So whenever you went to a new major area, you would change discs. And they tried to do it to kind of cut down on disc swaps. And that didn't really matter because by that time people were installing a lot of games on hard drives anyway. I caught my big cup for this one, yeah. I have many coffee cups. This is one. Alright, here we go. Eve, baby, you greet your woman with love in your voice. You're finally home. I've been worried sick about you. Who are you? Asks the voluptuous woman in the magnificent red sports car. And why are you mowing my lawn? Why, Eve, don't you remember me? It's me, Larry. Larry Laffer. We met in that hot tub in Las Vegas, in your luxury penthouse apartment in the land of the lounge lizards just before my big finale, wink wink, at the end of the game, remember? So, immediately use a creeper. Vaguely, she says, so why are you here? That is, you stammer. Why, I just kinda assumed when two people are as deeply in love as we are, the natural thing to do is move in together, and so here I am. Move in, you creep. You've got exactly 5 minutes to get everything out of my house and out of my life. Brutish, she commands her dog. On guard. You think to yourself, that dog looks rather familiar. That is the dog that you could run into in the first game that would pee on you. Like outside of lefties and stuff sometimes. I'll be back here in 5 minutes, Eve shouts, and you won't. Gee, Larry, looks like things are just the way they used to be. You thought your life was complete. You had found true love with a beautiful woman, with a beautiful car and a beautiful home, all in beautiful Los Angeles. But instead, you're out on the streets. Again. What will you do? Oh, and now for something completely different. Meanwhile, on the beautiful tropical island paradise of Nuntanite Island, located somewhere in the South Pacific, a formerly strange weather phenomenon occurs once again. So yeah, immediately Larry is just like super creeper. The island's native tribe has grown accustomed to these recent occurrences of dense fog, even though it appears and dissipates quite rapidly. And yeah, it's not Monkey Island, but it's, you know, this was pre-Monkey Island. They couldn't make fun of it. What the natives don't know, however, is that the fog is just a smokescreen to cover the activities of an evil force so sinister, so sly, so slick, that the mere mention of his name brings fear to the heart of the staunchest man. Nonuki! So as you can see, yeah, this is immediately just very different from the first game in tone. Inside his volcanic mountain fortress, the dirty doctor is designing the most disgusting of his dastardly deeds. Where's that woman? Why is she so slow? Shouts Dr. Nonuki. She should be here by now. Sir, crackles the radio, shipment incoming. Aha, here she is. That's more like it, he says. And this is a huge jump in visual quality, you're right, yeah. Calling LA, he says into the microphone. Yes, sir, responds a female voice on the radio. Is everything in place for the transfer? He asks. Everything, she snaps back. He smiles a broad smile. Excellent, LA. Keep me informed, he concludes. And remember, no mistakes. Evidently the bad doctor is planning something to do with Los Angeles and some sort of transfer. What could it be? defend me, he shouts. And no. No, feed me grapes, he orders with a sinister smile, and keep him coming. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom. Gosh, Larry, let's hope you never end up on the bad side of this character. So, here we are. In the game. Make sure my window is placed well. Let's see, is there anything else I want to tell you about it? Here's the cool about screen with a funny graphic of Al Lowe taskmastering his poor peoples. This game has a few funny features. I do not have the best evil voice, Joshua. I'm just doing an impression of a Venture Brothers character. It's really just a sad copy. So let's see. Yeah, this game, before I get into it, has some funny features here. Now, there's the filth level, which you can up it and down it, and it'll change some of the dialogue and whatnot. But we're just going to keep it at the default. There's also the trite phrase, which by default is "Have a nice day," and that's something that characters will say to you, whatever you specify here, throughout the game. Like whenever you go to the store and buy something, and she's like, "By the way, have a nice day," and so you can change it to whatever you want. There's a funny story with that, which is that after the game's release, Sierra had a contest on CompuServe to see who could come up with the funniest trite phrase, and they won a free T-shirt. The winner was "Do you want some fries with that?" by an entrant named Josh Mandel, who would go on to work for Sierra and design Freddy Farkas, Frontier Pharmacist, and Space Quest 6, and he was a producer on many Sierra games. I talked about him in the Leisure Suit Larry 1 episode because he had written a walkthrough for CompuServe for Larry 1 that you can still find on GameFAQs today. But yeah, Josh Mandel is the man. He's secretly one of Sierra's awesomest people. So let's see, what should I change this to? I should have given some more thought to this. Well, we'll see. We'll maybe change it later on. And of course, here's my walk speed and all that. So here we are. You were so sure this would be the location of your future happy life with Eve, but some things are not meant to be. So, let's see. Hey, what's this? Eve left a dollar bill stuffed in this old pair of pants. We get the dollar. You briefly consider the morality of this move, but after all she hasn't done for you, you decide it's probably the least she can do. That's a pretty creepy. Like, this dude, just to put into perspective, he showed up at her house uninvited, clearly broke in to start mowing her lawn, and moved like a bunch of his things in, which she throws out in the trash later. And now he's like, "She's never done anything for me. I'm gonna steal her dollar." That would probably get you, I don't know, Me Too'd or something today. So, anyway, that's he moves on pretty quickly, though, I would actually, spoilers, Larry's a terrible person. I would actually not say that. This game actually, it sort of presents him in a pretty sympathetic light outside of, there's little things like this where it's like, oh, it's a little creepy. By and large, though, he is not presented in what I think, I talked about this a lot in my Leisure Suit Larry 1 video, but he's a more sympathetic character generally than people really give him credit for in hindsight. Like today, if you like don't know anything about the series and you're like, oh, it's just those sex games. But you know, these games are not AR dust. They're not about him being the word incel is like really they're like people who are like women, you know. Incels are people who hate women and want to do bad to them. Leisure Suit Larry he's like a dude that's just like kind of pathetic and easy to make fun of. But he never treats, I would say he never treats them with disrespect. We'll see as this goes on. I might change my mind upon some replays, but generally speaking, the game is never disrespectful of the women, right? Let's see, and here we are for lots of Easter eggs around here. This must be Unreversal Studios. Here is Harry Reams, the famous Hollywood barber. Maybe he could help you with your hair problem. What do you mean, what problem? Okay. And before I start getting up to anything major, I'll go through a lot of the little funny things in town. You're now in a slightly seedy section of the city. And as you can see, I have that rank up above. It was novice. It changed to jerk when I got the dollar. It just randomly changes. There's like a pool of ranks in the game, and it will just randomly change, but you know, from ranks to ranks as you go, as you gain points. And yeah, they do want you to root for Larry in most situations. Sometimes they do go for the bad joke, and usually the jokes are at his expense, which is, you know, the kind of the saving grace. This place looks like it belongs in Space Quest 4, the Coors Gold Encounter. Coors Gold, of course, being a town near Oakhurst, where it was Sierra's mailing address. They had a P.O. box there. It's right next to their headquarters. So, there's actually, for whatever reason, there's that jogger you see in the background. Gives you a point when you look at him. You make a vow to get more exercise. Right after you back up your hard disks. See back there? He's running. It's Forrest Gump over there. All right. And here... Hey, is that Disneyland? No, not in an Al-Lo game. All right. So, here... You are outside the famous LA landmark Yield Ethnomusicology Shop. You are familiar with them from their mini advertisements on late-night cable television. Does this town have specialized stores or what? And it's not open yet, but that becomes an important location later. So, you're in front of the world-renowned Rodeo Drive Italian clothing purveyor Molto Lira. You've never been able to afford anything in there. Well, spoilers, that's going to change. This place has been closed for years. It's in desperate need of blocking. All right. And Schwab's Drugstore has everything a guy like you might need. Is that a joke about condoms? Remove clothes. No, sorry. That only... The heck you say? Yeah, that only works in Police Quest. Only in Southern California would you find a convenience store without a door. Gosh, I wonder if they're open. Well, we'll be coming back there in just a moment, actually. This looks exactly like the dark alley in Leisure Suit Larry in the land of the lounge lizards. But where's your friend? Haha. Yeah, there's nobody to murder you here. Let's see. Oh. Hold on. We want to look in this hole. And you bend over and peer through the knothole in the fence. On the other side, you see people playing Police Quest. How you wish you were one of them. And you get points for that. You can, for whatever reason, go and pee behind the dumpster here. All right, that's classy. Whoops. And now we want to go in here. This Quickie Mart has many items for sale. A clerk lounges sleepily behind the counter near a lottery ticket machine. There's a soda dispenser near the front window. But we want to buy a lotto ticket. Actually, here, hold on. Let's look at the woman first. I should make a habit of this because there's jokes around it. All right. You find Southern women sexy, but then you find any woman sexy. All right. Here's my last dollar, you say. handing it to the cute clerk. How about selling me one of those Lucko Bucko lottery tickets? Okay, partner, says the clerk. Here you go. Just stick this here ticket in that machine on the end of the counter. Good luck, she concludes. Have a nice day. You insert the paper ticket into the Lucko Bucko machine. Yeah, and the Lucko Bucko lottery machine's video display screen flashes. Please enter your 6 numbers between 100 and 999 now. It doesn't matter what numbers you pick. Processing, processing, processing. Out pops your Lucko Bucko lottery ticket. You take it and wonder, will I be a winner? Yeah. The answer, spoiler, is yes. Was I just gonna do something? Can I buy there's like a joke. I forget whether it's here or in the drugstore. Oh. I think it's the drugstore where there's a joke about buying condoms. And now I have this lottery ticket. This may easily be your chance to fame and fortune, but probably not. Oh, you know what? Oh. Let's change that tray face. Somebody said subscribe to the Geek Box. All right, there we go. Boom. So now, what we do is... Oh, wait. Hold on. Let's look around here, too. You wonder what part of Los Angeles you're in now. Okay. And K-Rod originates many of your favorite television shows, including the Big Lucky Life Lottery. So, as anyone would know, you have to come here to check your lottery numbers. Obviously, you just go to the television station. You find dull women sexy, but then you find any woman sexy. And now... Hang on, I gotta open my notepad here. You want to show the lotto ticket to her? Say you ask the receptionist, is this lottery ticket any good? I don't know, she replies. I've misplaced my glasses. As best I can remember, this week's Lucky Life Lottery Lucko Bucko numbers are the following. What 6 numbers do you have? Well, hold on. Now I just got a 11, 303, 3, 849, 672, and 836. Great. Well, lo and behold, I have 131, 111, 303, 849, 672, and 836. Look at that. Why, that's correct, she replies excitedly. You are a lucky guy. The last Lucky Life Lottery show of the season is being taped right now. I'll notify the director that you're here. I'm sure you'll be called immediately. And that's just, it's that easy to win the lottery. It's just that, you know, there's no security checks in place. It's just, oh, I just misplaced my glasses. So, you know, it could be anything. So, wow, huh. I'll unlock the door to the green room so you can wait there. All right. Oh, by the way, says the receptionist, don't get nervous just because you're on live television and being watched by millions of people. She chuckles softly under her breath. All right. Now we sit here. Look around. You wonder why the receptionist called this a green room when there's no green in it at all. There are 2 television monitors, a bench, some art posters, and a lovely modern painting, and 3 doors. The art, that Skirvin guy sure can draw horses. That's referring to artist Bill Skirvin, who is the subject of many inside jokes in this series. So now, remember the terrible clerk, the convenience store clerk from the first game? How awful the depiction of that guy was? Well, here's this game's version of that. Coming right up. Oh, hey, you, cries the man. You're late. Where have you been, you silly little Dickon? We've just been worried sick about you. So, this guy, as far as I can tell, is supposed to be some very campy, gay parody. So, yeah. Before you can answer him, he tells you, hurry up, honey, you're on. Wow. All right, the control room talkback speaker crackles. 5 seconds to air, boys and girls. 5 seconds to air, places everybody. So now Larry, he's on this dating show. But what happened? This doesn't look at all like you expected a lottery show to look. But just in case, you decide to grab a seat on that empty stool over there. All right. The voiceover announcer says, from Hollywood, it's the latest and greatest in embarrassment programming, the all-new Dating Connection. And here's your host, Biff Barf. Thank you and welcome. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here for the all-new Dating Connection. We're just about ready to play our game, so let's meet our contestants. Who's going to make their big dating connection today? Biff? Today's lovely bachelorette is Barbara Bimbo of Airhead, California. Barbara's hobbies are computer programming, creating unusual milkshakes, and tantalizing elderly men. She lists her turn-ons as industrial-grade blenders and RS-232 interfacing. Turn-offs include international military conflicts and the aroma of Rosencore solder. Soldier, God, solder. On the left is Bachelor Number 1, a professional surfboard waxer from Gumbo, Missouri. His hobbies include collecting Braunschweiger casings, speculating on the sexual preference of professional dancers, and watching televised opera with the sound off. Meet Davy Blair. Bachelor Number 2 is today's token intellectual. He is presently chairman of the physics department at our local university, FU. Originally from Pakistan, Ohio, meet Raguka Singh Soong. Now, that name, that's a little bit kind of racist sounding, because it sounds like they're just pulling a bunch of words together and making it sound like nonsense, which they probably are. But I think this is supposed to be some sort of reference to then Sierra producer Garuka Singh Khalsa, who worked there for several years and would have been producing games around here. I think you probably saw his name in the credits, but I have to assume he rolled his eyes and went, well, what can I do? Hey, that's not your name. Excuse me, you shout. My name is Larry. Larry Laffer. Okay, Raguka Larry, responds Biff. Whatever you want to call yourself is okay with me. And on the far right today is Bachelor Number 3, a journalism major who quit college in order to pursue his dream job, fact checker on the National Enquiry newspaper. Currently unemployed, meet AP Wire. Oh, all right. And now it's time to play the dating connection. Says Biff Barf. Barbara, may we have your first question, please? Okay, like, thanks, Biff, you know, says Barbara. Bachelor Number 1, like, this one's for you. If I was cool, like, out on, you know, date with you, and you was, like, you know, all dressed up or something, and, like, the car busted, and we had to walk for help, and I, like, broke it, you know, heel, like, how would you fix it? Like, you know, it seems obvious her elevator doesn't reach her penthouse. Why, beautiful, if you were with me, you wouldn't have to worry about any old breakdown. We'd be cruising in my brand new Porsche, and you wouldn't have a care in the world. Besides, if something did happen to your heel, I'd just sweep you up in these muscular arms and carry you wherever you wanted to go. When you're a top-notch physical specimen like me, a little light feather like you would be a breeze. You're sure not even this mental midget would fall for a cornball line like that? Geez, how romantic, she gushes. What more could any girl want? Well, Bachelor, you're number one with me. So much for your theory, Larry. Whew. And now, how about you, Bachelor number 2? She asks you, how would you solve this puzzle? Okay, Larry, that's your cue. You're on. There we go. It doesn't actually matter what you type. Well, you stumble. Like, comment, subscribe. Who let in that jerk? Barbara squeals. What a putz. Barbara attempts to assume an intelligent expression. Yeah, how about you, Bachelor number, 3? Bachelor Bobby, my deepest personal feelings are that you are far too sexy for me to ever allow you to leave my highly expensive beachfront swinging bachelor apartment. You and I would spend all our time together alone, showing each other in every way, if you know what I mean. How's that for a way with words? Ooh, how sexy, she gushes. What more could any girl want? You may be Bachelor number 3 on this program, but you're number 1 in my heart. Do you think anyone's still watching this tripe? Well, do you guys? Isn't anybody still watching? Barbara, in my opinion, you've just asked one of our best questions ever, says Biff Barf. Now, do you think you could come up with another great question? Once again, Barbara burns off a few million brain cells, attempting to rise to the occasion. Okay, like, thanks, Biff, says Barbara. Bachelor number 1, like, this one's for you. Like, if you was a, insect, and, like, I was a, flower, what kind of, insect would you like being? What? Like, what kind of flower am I? Barbara, responds Bachelor number 1, I'd be a beautiful butterfly, and you'd be my tender little buttercup. Together we'd build a wonderful garden of love. At least his garden would be well fertilized. Like you are the charmer, aren't you, number 1? She gushes. I'd love to sow a few seeds with you. Biff, she asks, must I, waste our time asking El Dorco this question? Biff responds, why, of course, Bachelorette Barbara. You must follow the rules. Okay, board number 2, she says sarcastically. Can you even, remember the question? Come on, Larry, fire your best shot. Here we go. Boom. Done. I think that is your symbol. www.twitch.tv/geekboxing. Subscribe to me, there you all, everybody who's watching this on YouTube. You can find it Saturdays at 3:30 p.m. Sierra Saturdays. Yep. Like, what planet beamed this spook down, she squeaks. I've heard better lines than a nursing home. Well, Bachelor number 3, she says. I can't, wait to learn, what insect you are and, what flower I am, What flower am, I? I can't even keep up with, her stupid speech patterns. Bobby dog, you be my precious American beauty rose, and I be your little bumblebee. I know you enjoy rubbing a little of your pollen on my stinger. Does this show supply antacids? Well, number 3, we certainly are the oversexed little devil, aren't we? Barbara gushes. Hold it right there, interjects Biff. I'm afraid that's all the time we have for questions today. Bachelorette Barbie, it's time for you to make your dating connection. Barbie smiles. Well, Biff, it's really difficult to choose. Both men are really terrific. Something makes you feel the both. Doesn't include you. Yes, but I'm sure the audience has already made its decision, says Biff. Yes, says Barbara, and I've made my decision, too. Biff looks surprised. Okay, Bachelor 2 it is, but frankly, Bachelorette Barbara, I must admit I'm a little surprised. Did he say Bachelor number 2? Barbara, I think most of us expected a different choice, says Biff Barf. Wait, Biff, shouts Barbara. I wanted Bachelor number 3. I'm sorry, Barbara, says Biff. The rules clearly state your first decision is final. Let's find out what they've won. The voiceover announcer booms, it's a cruise from hell. Audience goes, ooh. Yes, a romantic cruise of the South Pacific on the beautiful USS Love Tub. You'll spend a solid month together, exploring exotic ports of call courtesy of Wonder Cruise Lines. That seems like an exorbitant amount of time for something like that. For anybody who, on a, I don't think a game show would do it for a month. Remember, if it's a good cruise, it's a wonder. Now, for our other contestants, why, you lucky fellows have won a year's supply of armadillo polish, 20 cases of black shoelaces, plus a copy of our home game. Hey man, there ain't no way I'm spending no month on a boat with this jerk, shouts the delicate bachelorette Barbara. I want a chance to hit on that number 3 guy. I'm sure she's truly delighted, folks, says Biff, attempting to cover. Now come on, let's really hear it for our lucky couple. Smattering of applause. Woo! The voiceover announcer says, be sure to tune in tomorrow night, same time, same station, for the finest and embarrassment program in the all-new Dating Connection. Good night. Whew. The control room speaker crackles. Okay, gang, that's another one in the can. Raguka Larry, please report to the green room to receive your prizes. The rest of you, just stay where you are. All right. Wow. Gosh, Larry, what good luck you have winning a fun-filled month-long cruise with that lovely bachelorette Barbara. The assistant producer looks at you with disdain. Well, Laugher, I must admit none of us in the control room expected you to win. I'm sure you're not proud of the outcome, but rules are rules, I suppose. Okay. Here's your cruise trip ticket. All of us here at the Dating Connection wish you the best of luck. You'll need it. He doesn't even know the half of it. Alright, so now we sit right back down. Let's go ahead and save the game, just because, you know, why not? So yeah, that was this whole thing with the TV studio and the lottery and the dating game. It's all just completely stupid and contrived. But it's, you know, it's all in good fun, and it winds up making fun of Larry quite a lot. That cruise ship. Hey, you, cries the one. Where have you been? We've been looking all over for you. I just won the Dating Connection, you reply. Big deal. Now you're supposed to wait here. Now hurry up and follow me. Here we go again, Larry. Alright. Well. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally found him, says the master of ceremonies. Yes, we found our last Lucky Life lottery contestant of this week's show. And here he is now, Mr. Larry, he double-checks the teleprompter. Laugher? Yeah, Mr. Larry Laugher. A little applause. Mr. Laugher, we don't have time for a normal introductory chit-chat. Just step right up to the wheel and give her a big spin. Under his breath, the MC admonishes you. Hurry up, Laugher. We're already running late because we couldn't find you. Nervously, you reach for the wheel, knowing full well that the pleasure of America's 3D graphic animated adventure game player is riding on the luck of your pull. I love how panicked he always looks. He did it! He did it! He's won the big one! Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Laugher has just won the largest prize in the history of the lottery. $1 million a year for life. Applause. Tons of applause. Coming over here, lucky Larry. Here comes lovely Lana Light, the Lucky Life Lottery Lady, with Larry Laugher's first year winnings, the U.S. Treasury Department's first $1 million bill. On behalf of the Lucky Life Lottery, I'm pleased to present you our grand prize, $1 million, says the MC. Congratulations, Mr. Laugher, says the MC. You're a lucky man. Too bad we don't have time for a speech. hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Larry Laffer, the luckiest guy in Los Angeles. Even more applause. The voiceover announcer says, that's it for this week's show. Be sure to tune in next time for the Lucky Life Lottery Show. Live from Hollywood. Good night. The control room talkback speaker crackles. Okay, kids. There's another one that's good enough for who it's for. I don't understand that phrase. Mr. Laffer, please exit through the door to the left. There will be plenty of reporters and photographers waiting for you. Gee, Larry, things are finally beginning to go your way. First, you win a month-long ocean voyage with a lovely bachelorette, and now you win the biggest lottery prize in history. Something tells you this is too good to last. Well, that's it. I've won. No need to do anything else. That's it. Larry's rich. That's all, everyone. So now we have our $1 million bill. Wherever will you find someone to break this? Well, and I am gonna, hold on, actually, I'm gonna save right here, and then I'm gonna make a second save here, because there's actually an invisible timer right now that is going, and if I don't finish everything in whatever, 12 minutes, whatever it is, the cruise ship will leave without me and I'll get a game over. So, yeah, this place may be overpriced, but at least it's gaudy. There's a sale sign on the rear wall. Behind an unbelievably beautiful imported Italian marble counter stands an unbelievably beautiful imported Italian clerk. Great. You find Italian women sexy. But then you find any woman sexy. Well, alright. Let's see, swimsuits, 1/2 price. Wait a minute, these swimsuits are marked down to half price, only $100,000. With your newfound wealth, you could afford that little blue bikini job hanging there. You select a reasonably tight spandex job in blue. Although it's cut a little tight, perhaps that may work to your advantage on the ship. In fact, this may be the beginning of a whole new image for you, Larry. All right. Excuse me, miss, you say hesitantly. Do you have change for $1 million? Bella buena, she smiles, but of course, is that trivial little clearance item all you're going to purchase today? Yes, ma'am, you reply, handing over your lottery winnings. I've only got $1 million on me. All right, that will be $106,500, including tax. Your change is $893,500. That's a 6.5% tax rate. It's $100, $200, $300, $400, $500. Stop! Don't count anymore, you shout. I don't have that long before my ship leaves. Very well, sir, she concludes. Subscribe to the Geek Box. How did you know she was going to say that? So that's where the trite phrase always comes in. You pocket your new gigantic wad of $100 bills. And it's, wad of dough. Is that $100 bills in your pocket, or are you just glad to play this game? So I got my money. All right. Now we'll go this away. Here to the drugstore. Did we ever look around here? Swab's Drugstore is everything a guy like you might need. Yep. By the sign on the druggist's counter, you presume the druggist is out. Only a clerk remains, and he doesn't look too bright. Thank you very much for the subscription, Punzada. You find women sexy. How you wish this were one. Ha ha ha. Is this where the condom joke is? Oh. Get. Oh, you must obtain those in Land of the Lounge Lizards. Alright. Let's see. There are shelves filled with sundries, but you see nothing that seems useful. Which one is it? There is... Hey, a bottle of that sunscreen might be handy in the South Pacific. That's what I want. You grab a bottle of SPF 90. Will you picture Bachelorette Barbara rubbing it all over you? Now, do we die if we leave without paying? Nice guy trying to shoplift from this nice young clerk. Oh, I guess I just... Here, let me restore my game in case that did something bad to me. Okay. Now we pay. I'd like to pay for this, you tell the clerk. Do you have change for 100? No, he says, but feel free to give me a big tip. But of course, my good man, you tell him, suddenly putting on airs. Have 100. In fact, have 2. Money means nothing to me. That is how people get poor after they win the lottery. Just saying. This is how it happens. Alright, so we bought sunscreen. Like, thanks, dude, he tells you. Now let me go back to sleep. He concludes with a familiar, subscribe to the Geek Box. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Thanks for the follow, Dontakoi. Hello. And can you automate Twitch Prime subscriptions? I don't know. You might have to do it manually. So here we go back to the Quickie Mart, and we're gonna get a giant soda, obviously. Okay. A cup that large might take a long time to fill. Cup that large might take forever to fill. Finally, you top it off while you carefully consider how you're going to pick it up. Ah, shucks, this isn't real life, but really an incredible simulation. You decide to put it in your pocket along with everything else. And I believe that aw shucks, if you have the filth meter dialed up, it'll say what the hell instead of aw shucks. So that's sort of the difference in the filth meter, right? It's pretty tame. So, like a good adventure game character, you just put it in your jacket, and that's it. And now we'll try to leave, which brings us to the game's first death. Suddenly, the woman behind the counter comes to life. Hold it right there, partner, she cries. You ain't gonna rustle no soda off of me. Just like the convenience store in the first game, she's decides that murder is an acceptable reaction to petty shoplifting. Yeehaw, screams the clerk. You're one dead coke sucker. See what they did there? Enunciate carefully, please. So, this is the kind of stock death screen for this, just his face. They did this with a bunch of their games at the time, like Roberta Williams' face on the King's Quest IV death screen. And they actually, like, overtly just have an order a hint book thing here. Dial 209-683-6858 from 8 to 5 Pacific time. Have your credit card handy. Thanks for playing Sierra games. Bring money. So, yeah, they were totally like, buy our hint books. We know our games are difficult. Here's a $100 bill you offer. Okay, partner, says the clerk. Too bad we don't keep any change at this time of night. But it's broad daylight, you protest. Subscribe to the Geek Box, she concludes. Okay. So, let's see. We want to now go back to Eve's house, because now I need my passport. And my passport is in her trash. Let's see. Oh. You're not close enough. Let's let you look at the trash. Who'd want to search through Eve's can? Okay. Okay. Searching through the trash until your suit turns off-white, you discover your passport stuffed between the pages of an old Cosmo. You now smell like a combination of cheap department store credit card bills and roadkill. All right. Got the passport. Here's the barber shop. Very important now that I have money. Don't all barbershops look the same? You'll learn that that's the joke in this game. How about a quick styling, you ask? Oui, monsieur, but of course, replies the barber. Allow me to correct that receding hairline of yours with my patented special proprietary technique, macrobiotic styling reweaving. Just have a seat in the chair, please. Here, says the barber, take a look in this mirror and remember what you look like. When I'm done, you won't be able to recognize your own hairline. Why? You'll be a different man. Be our guest, but observe to the test. You think to yourself, yes, this is exactly what I need, a new look. I'll make Bachelor Barbie change her tune. Okay, go for it, you tell the barber. Allow me to begin with a thorough cleansing to rid your hair and scalp of any possible pollutants, says the barber. I assure you, I use only the trendiest products, all organically grown, available only in undersized, overpriced, biodegradable bottles. You wonder to yourself, what will I look like when he's done? Will I be handsome? Will I ever find true love? Oh. Full head of hair, run around the beach with a lady. You certainly have interesting daydreams, says the barber. Hey, Brutus, get out of here. And there's the dog that pees on your leg. Oh. Your hair is clean and conditioned, says the barber. Now, for the special styling. However, in the future, may I recommend 10W40 and no more than 3,000 miles between oil changes. All done, says the barber. Take a look in this mirror. What do you think? And haha, no different. Oh well, you can't judge a book by its cover. That'll be fine, you tell the barber. Say, you ask him, how exactly could I know I was getting a macrobiotic styling? By the price! That'll be 100 books, says the barber. Thank you, I guess. You say, flipping the barber one of your C notes? The barber replies, subscribe to the Geek Books. Alright. So now, last stop, we go back to that music store. And, now we see more of the game's plot in action. Say, look, the store is finally open for business. Oh, apparently I gotta do that. Okay, well, let's see. Ye old ethnomusicology shop is filled with unusual instruments from the four corners of the world. You wonder which ethnic subculture makes such extensive use of electric amplifiers and drum sets. You find Latin American women sexy, but then you find any woman sexy. And here we go. Hi, beautiful. You attempt to lay a little smooth mouth on the lovely Latin lady. My name is Larry. Larry Lever. Good day, sir. How may I help you? And there's some goofy Spanish dialogue up here. I mean, it's a little bit, maybe a little bit insensitive. It's sort of, the joke that they do with it is kind of funny, I think. Maybe I'm terrible. Suddenly she smiles broadly, as if she recognizes you. Her smile makes you glad you took Spanish in high school. Too bad you slept through it. Oh, what the heck? You decide to brush the dust off your Spanish by attempting a conversation with a lovely senorita. Perhaps you could begin by complimenting her on her extremely good looks. Your ears remind me of whale breasts. Her face brightens further. She seems genuinely interested in you. Your Spanish must not be so bad after all. Yes, she says, but the moon is full, and you are a chihuahua. Whoa, speaking is one thing, but understanding is another. Her response baffles you completely. You have no idea what she means. Of course, that's never stopped you before. My pencil is long, hard, and yellow. So, you're finally here. I thought you'd never show up. By the way, who writes these secret phrases, anyway? And then here's kind of the payoff to this joke. Haha. The microfiche containing the secrets to the recent United States superconductor research breakthrough is hidden inside this rare Peruvian unclunk. Don't let anyone touch it before you personally deliver it to Dr. Nonuki. And I don't need to tell you, be careful. He and he alone has the authority to deliver it to the USSR agents. And USSR, yeah. I should point out, yeah, this took place, this was released before the end of the Cold War, so, yeah, USSR. Yeah, Metal Gear. Thanks, I guess. As best you can tell, she wants you to keep the unusual musical instrument on the counter. So rather than risk offending her generosity, you take it. Subscribe to the Geek Box. And as far as I can tell, an unclunk, I don't think that's like a real instrument. I did some research to see, like, what could I say about this? I don't think an unclunk, as far as like what he has, like, I don't know if they made it up or if it's like a translation of something else, or like if somebody could enlighten me, yeah, let me know. But I have no idea what the root of that is. Say, what an interesting car. You think to yourself, how does he make it do that? You are so distracted by the lowrider that you fail to notice the unusual little man lurking beside the car. He, however, doesn't fail to notice you. The little guy in the trench coat gives you a short head start, then follows you, Larry. Be careful. This guy's up to no good. So now we are in a stupid spy drama. Wait a minute, what's this? How can you be at the door to the music store when you just walked off screen to the right? That must be someone who just looks like you. Something strange is going on here. Let's follow him into the music shop to see what we can learn. You? What are you doing back here, says the clerk, skipping the foreign language subtitles completely. You'd better get on with the mission before Dr. Nonuki prevents you from ever missioning again. What are you talking about? I've never seen you before in my life, says the dorky-looking guy. Besides, you're not supposed to talk to me like that before we exchange our cute little secret phrases. What do you mean, she responds. You just walked out that other door over there. Not me, he exclaims. Hey, wait a minute. Don't tell me you gave the goods to someone else. She stammers. I'm not sure. That is, I may have... Her voice trembles with fear. I'm sorry, he fit your description perfectly, and he said the secret code phrases as well. Although, come to think of it, he did have a terrible accent. I thought the bad accent might have been a part of your disguise. What will I do, she continues. Dr. Nonuki doesn't tolerate mistakes. Her eyes flash with an idea. Of course, if you promise to help me, I won't tell him how you lost the microfiche. Why, he threatens. If you know what's good for you, you'll shut down this joint, contact None Tonight Island, and get the troops started fighting this guy. They'll guarantee he tells no tales about your little indiscretion. If you can retrieve the microfiche before he discovers what he has, Dr. Nonuki might even allow you to live a few extra days. She deliberates just a moment before making her decision. You're right, of course. You see if you can follow him, while I contact the island by radio telephone. Well, Larry, this is certainly another fine mess you've gotten us into. Not only is the KGB after you for grabbing what was supposed to be theirs, but Dr. No Nookie's beautiful army of henchettes, game show hostesses, church secretaries, and bimbos is now hot on your tail. Since we've now learned the worst, we will rejoin you as you wander through Los Angeles. And unfortunately, it would have been like a cool thing if like a dude who looked just like you is pursuing you the whole game, and they could maybe have resulted in some funny jokes. But this guy never turns up again, so missed opportunity. So let's see. Now it's time to go to the cruise ship. But before I do that, "Hey, Sonny," says the old man, "would you like to hit the bird? Do you have a license for that breath of yours?" you ask him. He ignores you. "How about a little nip?" "Sure," you reply. "Always time for a little nip with some seedy-looking stranger." "Say, this really hits the spot. Nothing like a good hard snort to perk up an adventurer's spirits." "A little more couldn't hurt." Thump. Uh-oh. "Gotcha, you scurvy dog," cries the cleverly disguised KGB agent. "Now let's go to my place and not for a drink." "These guys are playing for keeps, Larry. You'd better be more careful if you're going to hang on to your onclunk." And here we have the stock death screen when a KGB agent captures you. You are quickly taken to a local office of the KGB where a specialist in onclunk extraction is busy giving you the 3rd degree. I thought this was so scary when I was a kid. "And so, my little white-suited capitalist swine," says the KGB agent, "you will now tell us the location of that onclunk where I will be forced to run these alto saxophone reeds under your fingernails until you're singing like the bird." Things don't look good, Larry. Maybe next time a different approach would be better. So, yeah. So you have to avoid... There are characters like that all throughout the game that will just try to kill you. And you just have to ignore them. So yeah, just don't even talk to that guy and you're fine. Yeah, this is some Tom Clancy stuff, isn't it? This espionage. Okay. Let's see. The aroma of dead fish and diesel fumes make you realize you're at the harbor. There's a man standing here. We give him our passport. "Hi," you tell the purser. "Here's my ticket and my passport." "Okay, you just made it. Let's take a look at the passport first." "Ooh, nice photo," he says sarcastically. "Now let's see if your ticket's in order." "Oh, geez, another freebie. One of those suits in marketing gonna realize these boats don't sail on wind power anymore. Oops, I'm sorry. It's not your fault." Regaining his composure, he continues, "Your cabin will be on deck aft cabin number 1. That'll be all the way below decks and to the rear. This will give you an excellent opportunity to hear all the subtle inflections of our diesels. You may now enter," he concludes. All right. And here, I believe, is where the second disc would have happened. Looks like you just made it. The ship is almost ready to leave. All right. As Los Angeles slips out of view, your thoughts are on your search. Will you find love? Or just keep looking in all the wrong places, as the game's subtitle suggests? So yeah, this is sort of the, I don't know, transition to the cruise ship. Ugh. The angklung is a musical instrument from Indonesia made of bamboo tubes. Okay. But, this is kind of a loading screen, yeah. So, I did see the angklung. I did see that. But, here, let me save this real quick because this is where we get in trouble. So, the angklung looks like that. And also, they mention it is a Peruvian angklung. So I did, and this looks radically different from an Enklung, and its origins, at least according to the game, are different. So I'm not sure if this is something that maybe they used that word as a basis for this, but it doesn't seem related to it at all. But I could not find this instrument anywhere I looked. So I have no idea how they kind of came up with it. All right. Now this area is, and we're just going to keep that safe right at the beginning now. This area sucks because you're on a timer right now immediately, and night will fall, and if you're not finished in your cabin by the time night falls, if you walk in there at night, you die. And I'll show you why in just a second here. Let's see. No one on the dating connection promised you a deluxe cabin. In fact, this is surely Unlux. Located at the rear of the ship's lowest deck, the noise from the engine compartment is deafening. You have a bed, a nightstand, and a small closet. There's a door in the aft wall. Well, I'm going to take the fruit. This is kind of a challenge to get through the door on high speeds. Oh, look, what's this? Well, what have we here? Says the woman on the bed. Uh-oh, Larry, you've been caught entering someone else's stateroom. Well, I do believe it's that darling young man that my daughter won on TV, says the woman. Good Lord, she's Bachelorette Barbara's mother. Poor little Barbara got to feeling poorly just as the cruise was about to start, so I decided to borrow her ticket and come along instead. Your mind quickly envisions Paradise Lost. I hope you don't mind. I can miss the person that was in his best interest to assign us to adjoining cabins. I'm sure I can make our voyage enjoyable. I really want to get to know you if you get my drift. After I saw you win the lottery show, I thought you were just the cutest thing I'd ever seen. Except for my mister, of course, may he rest in peace. He was a good man, usually quite sturdy, but one day his heart just couldn't take it anymore. You wonder why it is necessary for you to learn this. Honey, anytime you want to come over to see Mama, you just feel free to pop on through that doorway, you hear? She attempts to give you a cute, girlish smile. She fails. Must we? You find women sexy, but in this case, you make an exception. Okay, well. So now, I'm going to be saving my game frequently here. This is a good place to change clothes. I'm going to wear the swimsuit. And now, I'm going to save my game again. Go back in here. We're going to open the nightstand. I'm going to look inside it. You see lots of unmentionables, which will remain unmentioned, plus Mother's sewing kit. Need that sewing kit. Okay. And now just to get a preview of what she's all about. You see lots of unusual garments, many made of leather with fur linings. Mother must be a policewoman. She also has handcuffs, whips, chains, and other paraphernalia that you assume would only be useful in the field of law enforcement. All right. I'm gonna close the door. All right, and now put the speed back where it was and save the game again. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Navigating these stairs is kind of annoying. Fortunately, I have diagonal keys to do it. There we go. And we want to hustle to the pool. Now I want to Use the sunscreen. Oh, it says you carefully rub the sunscreen over every exposed part of your body. On chair? Yeah, okay. Now we lay down. Seems like a lovely day to catch a few rays. It's a good thing you applied that sunscreen. Oh, I think otherwise you like burn up and die. Hold on, I'll show that to you, because I think you can lay back down after, because I have to go in the pool. Well, hello there, big fella, says the beautiful blonde with a body like a brick shipyard. And that noise you hear, that little creepy theme, that's a tip-off that this person is a KGB agent. Why are you hanging around here? I've been looking for someone just like you for a long time. Why don't you come back to my place and you won't ever have to hang around all alone here ever again? Geez, Larry, you finally found yourself a live one. Come on, Samson, I just can't wait to get you all alone. I'm going to save my game right here. And follow her so I can show you this death. Hey, baby, you cry, wait for me. You allow yourself to be seduced by the beautiful woman and quickly become close friends, then head for the ship's fantail where she parks her private helicopter. A short romantic chopper right across the South Pacific is followed by an intriguing look at her impressive garage door, hidden suspiciously by a mountain waterfall. Later that night... Yeah, oh. You're so impressed. You've never had a girl invite you to her pad before, not to mention her landing pad. You just wait over there on the bed while I slip something. Well, I slip something, she says with a smile. Perhaps if things go well tonight, you think to yourself, I could give her a subscription to Popular Mechanics. Hey, baby, you say, what a great kinky bed. Hey, what's going on here, you shout. Get these ankle cuffs off me. And why the handcuffs? Oh, I'm just into mechanical devices, she replies with a smile. Hold still, darling. This will only take a second. Uh-oh. Why does that look like hydrofluoric acid below me? You shout in terror. Because it is silly, she responds. Well, Larry, this brings a whole new meaning to the term dismemberment. Mortal Kombat. So, yeah, don't follow her. The proper response is to just wait a little bit. Okay, and then save the game again. Okay. We dive, okay. And there's a bikini down here, okay. We get the bikini. Oh, exactly how long do you think you can hold your breath? Well, let's find out. Oh, apparently he peed in the pool. I don't know if I've ever seen that. I probably have. Here, what if I go swim up here? Oh, too late. You feel your lungs explode as you think to yourself, gee, I wish I could hold my breath longer or I owned a faster computer. So if you don't, you know, get up there fast enough, then you die. Okay. So now we climb out. Okay, that was refreshing. And we want to dial the speed down because it's kind of challenging to get over here at high speed. Oops. Yeah. We'll use the sunscreen again. You're clever to reapply the sunscreen after your swim washed it off. Ooh, actually, hold on. Oh, whoops. Oh, did I not? Oh, sorry. I thought I saved before I put the sunscreen on. Sorry about that. I want to lay down on the chair before I apply the sunscreen and try to show you, because there's a death here. Okay. 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 Great. Seems like a lovely day to catch a few rays. But you burn to a crisp. These tropical UVs can be deadly. So, there's that death. And now, dial that faster. And use sunscreen. You clever to apply the sunscreen after you swim. Wash it off. More points. Okay, cool. And now we are rid of that evil KGB agent. And everything that we need the swimsuit for. So now, you want to hustle back and put your regular clothes on. Change clothes. All right. Okay. Now, this is what happens if... Oh. I guess you can't sleep. Hold on. Oops. There's a couple of deaths associated with her. I think she comes back and finds you, and then you die. Do 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 do. Well, I'm not gonna mess with that. We'll come back here later and show you the death at night. Basically, you go to sleep and she comes into your room and kills you in bed. So, but as of this point in the game, you never need to return to your room, and so the timer is pretty much moot. So now we go up to the bar. The ship's revolving nightclub has a television set behind the bar and only one empty stool. There's a complimentary bowl of spinach dip at the left end of the bar. You grab the loaf of French bread filled with spinach, mayonnaise, and spices. Good. Well, so you think. There's another KGB death where you sit down at that stool and she'll come in and lure you out. And it'll be that same, like, lasering sequence that I showed you. So here, let's see. I did try typing in sleep and it didn't work. Knox, yeah, he said there's no time. But I'll go back and show you because it will certainly be night by the time I finish up here. Good day, mister, says the barber. May I help you? Is there anything you can do for this hairline of mine? You ask the barber. But of course, mister, says the barber. I've got exactly what you need. Just have a seat in the chair, please. Yes, I have exactly what you need, he tells you. It's all the rage, the latest thing. You see it everywhere these days. In fact, guys make a lot of money with one of these. I call it the Jimmy model, and I'm sure you'll like it just fine. He places the Jimmy carefully on your head. Impeccable fate, he cries, and for you the price is right, only $10,000, but I like to consider it more of an investment than an expense. $10K for a wig. Oh, well, it's not like it's your money. Why not let those suckers who paid off for all those Lucko Bucko tickets treat you to a new look? I'll take it, you tell him, and peel off 100 wads from your rapidly depleting wad. 100 hundreds from your rapidly depleting wad. The barber bids you farewell with a sweet subscribe to the Geek Box. You catch a good look at yourself in the mirror and slip the wig into your inner jacket pocket. You tell the barber, thanks a lot, but I think I'll just save this until my cable channel application is approved. I don't really understand that reference, but okay. And now, let's see here. I will... There we go. We'll see if night has fallen yet. Here. No, not yet. Jeez. There we go. See how strict that timer is? Night has fallen on the good ship USS Love Tub, so you head for your bed and a few hours of relaxing sleep. Unbeknownst to our little boy Blue, the door of the adjoining cabin swings open. Suddenly, a deep rumbling shakes your cabin, not the steady roar of the ship's engines, to which you've now grown accustomed. This sounds more like an onrushing steam locomotive encountering a steep gradient while the fireman pours on the coal. It's Mama! Oops, oops, says the big one. I didn't mean to hurt you, little fella. Shooting here's such a cute one, too, she moans. Now it becomes clear to you. You must escape from this vessel before darkness falls, or you'll continue to be the main course at a mama party. So that's what happens. So yeah, that's bad. You don't want that to happen. Now the last step here. Well, let's look around. You have the distinct feeling that you should not be messing around on the bridge of a large ocean-going vessel. So far, the captain hasn't noticed you. You'd better keep it that way. Doot-a-doot-a-doot. Hold it right there, buddy, says the captain. No one's allowed on my bridge without permission. The security guards take you away to the brig, which is located on a deck even lower than your cabin. The conditions there aren't that bad, although seepage does keep the floor covered with oily, slimy water. Unfortunately, during one particularly wet dream, you slide off your bunk and drown in bilge water. That's death number 1. Death number 2 is if you attempt to go out here. Look out, Larry. He's firing a poisoned dart. At least he missed you. However, the captain lies dying on the deck, and the ship is drifting helplessly on high seas. That was a KGB agent there. Although through your ineptitude, you've allowed your captain to be killed by a KGB poison dart. Unbeknown to the passengers and crew, the ship now charts its own course. Of course, the course is straight for the nearest reef. Perhaps you'll miss the reef and miss the grief, save the ship and save the day. Perhaps you'll even escape safely. Nah, no way. You knew better than that. So, yeah, this room is just the death room. Let's see. There are many flashing dials, lights, video display terminals, etc. Mostly they just confuse you. How am I supposed to know about this lever? There's a large toggle switch labeled Lifeboat timer on the console directly behind the captain. And silently, cautiously, so as not to attract the captain's attention, you move the large toggle switch to the start position. A faint ticking sound begins. So now you sneak out, you head down here, and you run for dear life to the lifeboat. Now, this whole section, let's see. Look, the ship has come to a standstill in the water. They must be preparing for the lifeboat drill. You'd better not leave this area. Can you leave this area? Oh, I guess not. So this whole section, this is like the hardest section of the game because you're wandering around being like, what all do I need? What do I need to do? And you'll be taking, as much time as you normally need, trying to figure out adventure game puzzles, and you'll inevitably wander into your room at nightfall and get killed. And everything in this part of the game is so specific that this part is like impossible without a hint book. And it leads up to this, so you'll see why. Right? So okay, we jump into the lifeboat, which the drill has brought the ship to a standstill. What have you done, Larry? A siren wails a warning cry, and the lifeboat begins to shake. You made it to the lifeboat in the nick of time. Okay. Save the game right here. There are a number of ways that you can die on this lifeboat. Everything has to be specifically like done to like survive the lifeboat voyage. If you do not have the wig from the barber, you die. If you haven't used sunscreen, you die. If you don't have the sewing kit so you can fish, you die. If you don't have the soda from the convenience store, you die. If you don't throw away the dip, the spinach dip that you get in the bar, and that gives you points, if you don't throw it out of the boat in this part where the boat is heading toward the water, you die, and you have no control over it once you're like in the lifeboat sequence. So there's a lot of stupid kind of puzzly logic here. So wear wig. Good idea. This would be a perfect time. Toss the dip. A good idea. You toss the spinach dip as far over the ocean as you can, which is not really that far. And you apply the sunscreen to your neck and hands. So you drift away from the cruise ship. You wonder what you forgot to pack. It always gives you this this message. You wonder what you forgot to pack. Which sounds like the kind of thing that it comes up to be like, this is your notice that you missed something, right? So we have what? We have all the bikini stuff, swimsuit and bikini top, passport, soda, sunscreen, on-clunk, fruit, sewing kit, the wig. Oh, and I have the fruit too, right? Yeah. So it's kind of cruel that it gives you that message even when you've done everything. It makes it seem like you haven't. As the good ship, USS Love Tub, slowly sinks behind the horizon, we rejoin our noble hero in his latest predicament. And you have no control over this, right? I can't type anything. Isn't it funny how time flies when you're having fun? So I think it's 14 days, right? And every few days, an event will occur that, like, if you haven't prepared for it, you die. And I don't want to go and show you all these because it would take too long. But there are all kinds of ways to just die here. Boy, is that sun hot. It's a good thing you use the sunscreen to block those ultraviolets. The sun out here is hot enough to fry an egg. So you would just burn up there. You think the sun must be even hotter today. It's a good thing you wore that silly wig. The sun out here is hot enough to fry your brains. Again, you would burn up without the wig. Your thirst becomes more and more intense with every passing day. Visions of pre-classic Coke float before your eyes. You extract the grotesque gulp from your inside coat pocket and are surprised to discover it has retained its entire 32-gallon capacity. You now have enough fluid to last you for weeks, but you're worried about your blood sugar level. Your hunger grows intense with the passing of the days. Visions of Danny's pizza float before your eyes. You cleverly open the sewing kit you stole from that mother's nightstand, extract a safety pin and thread. You patiently fish for hours, but eventually catch your limit. Your limit for raw fish is quite low. So this entire sequence is like this is like game halting at the time. Everybody hates the cruise ship and the lifeboat. During a particularly rough storm late in your 10th night at sea, your lifeboat crashes on a coral reef and shatters to bits. You grab the largest piece of wood you can, hold on tight, and survive the storm. The dawn finds you crashing through an offshore reef, tumbling through the surf to a gorgeous beach. Hey, Larry, that's you out there in the surf. Land ho, you cry. Oh, good, here comes someone to help you. I believe the game has something profane to say about him if you have the filth level cranked up. But congratulations, Larry, you have survived weeks adrift on the high seas with nothing but your courage, perseverance, and a few humble provisions. Endured tropical storms, vicious winds, and high seas, and just a tiny lifeboat prevailed over the surf, offshore barrier reef, and razor-sharp coral, escaped the dangerous mother, avoided the vicious KGB, and the tempting enticements of the evil Dr. Nonuki's henchette hordes, and withstood that creep's audacious humor. And you're still as good as new, but boys, your suit a mess. And it's fine. It's just fine. Don't you just love a good polyester? But now you wonder, where am I? And what possessions survived your disastrous journey? Well, we got money. We got a bikini. Don't I? Oh, yeah. We got the Enclunk and the passport. Okay. So, save here. Here's a beach. Say these people have no clothes on. What kind of place is this anyway? And that woman there, if you go to talk to her, she will, as you know around here, good looking, she will kill you with the lasering. Was that naked woman talking to you? Oh, you know what? There's a bunch of women we haven't been looking at. They probably give us the same stupid joke. So you have no desire to return to the ocean. After all, you went through on the lifeboat, Larry, so you can't go that way. The nude beach is a dead end. And over here, funny, this entire beach is filled with men. So if you try to traverse the beach, the agents will grab you, right? We've caught you, capitalist bourgeois enlistee of the evil empire, shouts the KGB agent, looking ill at ease in his ill-fitted trench coat and oversized Speedo. But they, of course, take you, they recognize you, capture you, and will now take you to their headquarters for questioning and other fun stuff. And that leads to this same, that same screen with the dude, the interrogator, right? Too bad, too, since you were nearing the airport and you're freedom from this resort. So your goal is to find a way to pass through this screen and get to the airport on the other side. Okay? So that's the puzzle here. So you can't, you have to like disguise yourself, which we'll see. It's a little awkward. Okay, so go down here into the forest. This resort has lovely landscaping, but it's so dense that you cannot find anything. You wander about aimlessly, searching for a break in the vegetation to return you to civilization. And this is all automatic. The one thing you want to do when you're over here, there are flowers on the ground. You want to get a flower. You reach over, break off the beautiful flower at its base. Oh, you rationalize it. I'll never miss just one flower. So Larry spends some time wandering around here. Doot-a-doot-a-doot. There's a bit of visual humor, as it were. And you wind up in a series of locations in the same order each time. But you have to go through this sequence. Here's the peacock from King's Quest IV. So there's just like this takes you through a rotating selection of locations on the island. And the shark, land shark. But it turns out it's a KGB agent. Look at that. And mercifully, this sequence of Larry wandering gets shorter with each trip. At last, you find an exit. But where does it lead? Why, you found a lovely restaurant. Excuse me, sir, you say hesitantly. I was wondering if I might get a bite to eat. The maitre d' slowly diverts his gaze toward you. Your name, please, he asks. My name is Larry. Larry Laffer. Well, I suppose I could try to find a place for you on a busy schedule. Schedule, he replies disdainfully. Just have a seat there in the chair while I prepare a table for you. Okay, so we sit. Okay. Why, Mrs. Rich, says the maitre d'. What a pleasure to see you again. Of course, I have a table for you. Please walk this way. Well, that was certainly rude. You were here before them. You feel yourself becoming perturbed. I hope you find this satisfactory, sir, grovels the maitre d' with his palm extended. Why, Miss and Mrs. Famous, says the maitre d'. What a pleasure to see you again. Of course I have a table for you. Please walk this way. Well, that was certainly rude. You were here before them. You feel yourself becoming annoyed. I hope you find this satisfactory, sir, grovels the maitre d' with his palm extended. And the retro wave wallpaper. Yeah, this is very 80s. It's like Tron. Why, Mr. and Mrs. Gates, says the maitre d'. What a pleasure to see you again. Of course I have a table for you. I mean, you can see where we're going with this. Please, walk this way. Well, that was certainly rude. You were here before them. You feel yourself becoming indignant. I hope you find this satisfactory, sir, grovels the maitre d' with his palm extended. Why, Mr. Leech, says the maitre d', what a pleasure to see you again. Of course I have a table for you. Is it not Mr. and Mrs. Leech? That's weird. Please walk this way. Well, that was certainly rude. You were here before them. You feel yourself becoming incensed. I hope you find this satisfactory, sir, grovels the maitre d' with his palm extended. Oh, and AR Dust, you finished Shovel Knight in the DLC. That's great. And yeah, Plague of Shadows. It's the hardest. It's the toughest one. It's like hard mode. I really agree for your assessment there. Why, Mr. and Mrs. Williams, says the maitre d'. What a pleasure to see you again. Of course, I have a table for you. Look at that. It's Ken and Roberta Williams right there. Please walk this way. Well, that was certainly rude. You were here before them. You feel yourself becoming enraged. I hope you find this satisfactory, sir, grovels the maitre d' with his palm extended. Whew. All right, sir, the maitre d' says begrudgingly. I'll show you to our table now. Sure, now that there are no tables left. Thank you for the follow, Kes Cortan. Please, walk this way. You think to yourself, if I walked that way, I'd use talcum powder. Oh, boy, says the maitre d', sharply clapping his hands. Please set up a table for Mr. Laffer. Be seated, Mr. Laffer, says the maitre d' as he escapes to the kitchen. Feel free to help yourself to our appetizer bar. And oh, yes, I almost forgot. Subscribe to the Geek Box. Choice location, Larry. All of this... Well, look, there's a knife laying next to the cheese plate. All of this for a knife. The maitre d' did say to help yourself to this buffet, but this is rather borderline behavior, Hilary. Okay, you surreptitiously slip the slicer from the serving surface and sequester it in your suit. All of that, the only thing you need here is the butter knife. That is literally the entire point of this. Oh, you're not close enough to sit. Oh. So this is another death, right? I think, right? Once you taste it, you wouldn't do that anymore. Eat food? Yummy. Bad idea, Larry. For a while, you're afraid you are going to die. Then you're afraid you're not going to die. Your last thoughts are, maybe it was something I ate. So they kill you? I don't really know what the deal with that is. But, yeah. Thank you for the follow, Wardenart. Okay, so just to make sure, yes, we have the knife. The knife still smells of brie. Okay, so now Again, that's the only thing you have to do in the restaurant. It takes a while for that joke. I guess it's kind of funny. A butter knife is important, though. So like I said, this part gets faster. I think, like, once you've been through, like 2 or 3 cycles of it, it'll get faster. But you just gotta wait. At last, you find an exit. Where does it lead? Why, you found an empty guest room. Alright, this room is considerably larger than your stateroom on board the cruise ship. It has a picture window overlooking the beach. Like, a random... Is it just like a one-room thing that you just randomly wander into? That's very strange. Not a hotel? I don't know. There's a restroom, plus a dressing area near the picture window. There's a book of complimentary matches lying on the nightstand near the bed. Right? Oops. You get the matches. Although, if you'll look where I am, look at the other side of the bed. See the nightstand there? That looks like there are matches on that nightstand. Right? Doesn't it? Doesn't it look like that they're over there? Right? But it's on this nightstand. You slip a book of matches into your pocket. Okay. And then, just thinking of the order of operations here. Gee, Larry, at least you found your match. Drum fill, okay. This room is considerably larger. Oh. Sink. A bowl filled with complimentary soap is near the sink. We want the soap. Oh my god. You grab the bowl full of tiny bars of soap and dump it into your pockets, thinking, when I get home, I can carefully wet these and glue them all together to make at least one regular-sized bar. What a great deal. How very Louis Tully. You have always been terminally cheap. Okay. And now I'm going to save my game right here, because this is another death. Good morning, sir. I'm your customer service representative in charge of horizontal surface consistency and custodial maintenance. I trust you're finding everything satisfactory, she asks. She says she's the maid. Let's see. You find native women sexy, but then you find a native woman sexy. Okay, but I don't usually do that. Okay, says the native maid coyly. Subscribe to the Geek Box. Oh, she's leaving. How do we, No? Hello? Hold on, there's like a funny death here. I don't want to get too dirty here. How does... Oh, okay. You have to get propane with it. Okay. Oh, sir. She smiles demurely. I just love Americano men. They are so, how you say, financial. It's weird that that's weird that she suddenly is like, oh, how you say, when she was like, good day, sir. I am your engineer of the... Her speech gets all different all of a sudden. Well, come on, big boy. What are you waiting for? Don't you want to subscribe to the Geek Box? Damn. All right. Well, you should all subscribe to the Geek Box. Yes. Okay. Oh, here. I'll go over here. Oh, there we go. All right. Gee, you tell her, is this room service or what? Well. Damn. Getting crazy there. All right. Whew. While you are indisposed, through the doorway marches the maid's older brother, Carlos. Thanks to U.S. foreign aid, Carlos has many extra bullets that he enjoys firing for amusement. Sister, how many times shall I shoot him? Bad choice, Larry. So, this woman's brother comes wandering in, and then that's the end. Okay, well, great. Goodbye. So I got the soap, right? Just double checking. Okay. So, yeah, there are a lot of dumb deaths here that you really have to try for. Some of them you can just blindly walk into, which I'll show you in a few minutes. Let's take so long. Maybe it's just the first complete cycle, because there are 3 locations and then you go back to the beach. Alright, last you find an exit, but where does it lead? Why, you found the resort's barbershop. Don't all barbershops look the same? Why, yes. Is there anything you can do for my receding hairline, you ask the barber. But of course, mister, says the barber, I got just what you need. Should have a seat in the chair, please. For you today, I got a special deal. It begins, I'm gonna try some minoxidil. Don't you mean minoxidil, you ask? No, he says, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna rub your head with some of this liquid laundry detergent. Too late to leave now, Larry. He's got you. They're all set, says the barber. Now let's just give it a second to work. How ridiculous, you think? I just let some guy I don't even know pour laundry detergent on my head. Wow, you exclaim. Not only does that stuff really work, it's fast, too. I knew you'd be delighted, responds the barber. Come back and see me anytime, Blondie. Why do you call me that, you ask? No reason, he says. Oh, wow. Oh, great, you cry. Now what am I supposed to do? Have more fun, he answers. Well, at least my bald spot is gone, you say. Along with your self-respect, says the barber. Subscribe to the Geek Box. Oh, thanks. So, now, Leadership Larry, he's the second character to have his hair dyed blonde. He's Sonny Bonds in Police Quest 1, and then now Larry. So, you know, both blonde and both wearing white suits. Only one can remove his clothes on demand, though. Say, you're finally getting faster at this. Okay. So now, you see, I got... Well, here, I'll see. Let's see if you can tell where this is going. Where this is, like, obviously going. Oh, look at this, over here on the beach. Oh, they effectively prevent you from joining the beautiful people. There's a discarded bikini bottom lying on that rock at the eastern edge of the sand. Typo. Oh. It looks a little small for you, but what the heck. So we got that, and so, gosh, what are we doing now? We got long blonde hair. We have a bikini top and a bikini bottom. We've got some soap. Some little bits of soap. What are we going to do? Well, well, well. I bet you can probably guess. So, we don't need to do anything here because we already got the butter knife. It'll just cycle through the locations in order each time. So let's see these. So the objective is to disguise yourself so you can slip by the KGB agents on the beach unnoticed. Okay. All right, so getting faster at this. Now, So we wear the bikini. Boy, do you look sweet. Now, I forget the exact phrasing of this. Okay, there we go. Okay, are you sure you want to do this? Yes. So, I'm now dressed up. Oh, look at me. I am disguising myself as a woman. Now, the reason you saw me type put soap in bikini top, right? That didn't work. But put the soap in the bikini top did work. And the reason for that is a parser error that, as Al Lowe tells it, was introduced into the game the night before it shipped, where when they tested parser usage, what they would always try to aim for was, does it work with complete sentences? And there was some sort of error where it was recognizing, well, I think put the X in the Y was the exact phrasing, where it would not recognize, there was like an issue with verb recognition, so it wouldn't accept the command without a full sentence. And this is the first instance of that. There is a much worse instance right at the end of the game that is infamous because of how specifically you have to type the command in order to pull it off. But we'll get to that. So here we go. Back to the barber shop. And here we go again. We want to sit. Is there anything you can do about my excess body hair, you ask the barber. But of course, mister, says the barber, I got just what you need. Just have a seat in the chair, please. For you today only, I got a special deal, he begins. Somehow I wonder, you reply. No, he says, this'll work really good. What are you gonna do to me this time? Body waxing. Once again, he's got you trapped in the chair. You hope this time will turn out better. Uh-oh. Yep. Look at that. He's pouring wax all over. They're all set, says the barber. Now just lay there and let it get hard. How could I be so stupid, you think? I have wax hardening all over my naked body. Whoosh. Yow. It's like ripping a body-wide Band-Aid off right there. Oh, God, you cry. Was it good for you? I don't think that could be good for anybody, he answers. Well, perhaps the pain was worth it. I do like this clean-shaven look, you tell him. You're the only one, concludes the barber. Subscribe to the Geek Box. Alright. So, now we have done everything necessary to properly disguise Larry for his run-in with the KGB agents on the beach. Okay. Once again, you're getting faster at this, and here we go on the beach. I'll save my game just in case I completely screwed up. But all you gotta do here is walk. Whoa, hello, babe, cries the KGB agent. Oh, honey, I think I loves ya. And so we just mosey on forward. You did it! You made it across the beach without being caught by the KGB agents. What lies ahead now? Oh my gosh, how will a guy as clumsy as you ever manage to hike a trail as narrow as this? So, this is Sierra making fun of themselves, right? Because you navigate this, like, this cliff, right? So you want to, like, oh, that was close, you better be more careful. Whoa, that was close, you better be more careful. And it just keeps doing this, right? And it gives you points each time, right? So you can just sit here and, like, and farm points. And there's never... You cannot die here. You cannot fall off this cliff. It's just making fun of, like, these, like, tightrope screens in Sierra games, right? So, it's kind of a funny joke, right? Alright. Oh my god. Oy. So you just keep going here. And I'm going to save my game right here. And you continue, and this is important. Pausing a moment, you catch your breath before crossing the airport parking lot to the terminal building. And you escape from that wonderful tropical resort. And then you can type stuff here, okay? For that brief moment, you can type stuff. Well rested, you stride boldly across the dirt parking lot to the front door of the main terminal building. By the way, you didn't think you were going to keep all those free points, did you? Now I'm still in my bikini. Boy, you're happy to have made it past those cliffs. You swear never to return that way. Halt, cries the military policeman, or I'll shoot. All right, you pervert, cries the MP. We've got laws against people like you. We don't want no cross-dressers hanging around our airport. So, next time you'd better dress a little more formally for the visit to the airport, Larry. And so, I pity anybody who gets to the screen and just saves immediately. Because you have to change clothes. You slip back into your leader suit and toss the bikini and soap far over the cliff. Too bad as you were beginning to enjoy wearing women's clothing. At least you still have your beautiful long blonde hair. Well rested, you stride boldly across the dirt parking lot to the front door of the main terminal building. And yeah, it takes away the points. And here we are again. Now, here is a different problem. At last you've reached the resort airport, and what a disappointment. There are 2 security guards patrolling here. Near the door, there are 2 men wearing robes. And if you try to walk forward here... chance the strangely dressed KGB agent. Have we got a colt for you? If only you could offer them some token of peace and beauty. Once again, you've allowed the KGB agent to recognize and capture you. Now we'll run by their place to see some of the fun things that you'll get to enjoy. And of course, back to this. So... Now, okay, Panic, where in the bikini he stored the leisure suit, it was the same as him storing the giant soda in his leisure suit. They're just like, adventure game logic. It doesn't really matter. It's like MST3K mantra. There are several men here, 2 airport security guards and 2 other. Okay, other men? Well, in any case, it gives you a hint when you die that you're supposed to give them a token of love and peace, which we have a flower which we plucked from the forest. Okay. Okay. Here, my little flower child, you tell the KG Bishna, make love, not money. This so confuses the KG Bishna that they run off, whatever that said. Nice going, Larry. You succeeded in bypassing the KGBers again. Okay. So, that gets you into the airport. I'm going to save here and then make another save. Clean save here. There's a barber shop, so we want to go in the barber shop. And look who it is. It's Rosella. You find Daventry women sexy, but then you find any woman sexy. By the way, have you played King's Quest IV yet? Asks the barber. Why, no, I haven't, you reply. Is it good? Well, I certainly think so, she concludes. Maybe it's just me. I think it might be. Okay, could I get a slight trim, you ask? My hair is ridiculously long. Oh, she replies. I'll be happy to. Just plop in my chair there, Goldilocks. I'll take care of those curly locks for you. Gosh, please be careful, you tell her. I'd hate to lose my full head of hair. Just take a little bit off the back. All done, says the barber. What do you think? My hair, you cry, is gone. She replies, it serves you right. You should never trust a barber with longer, prettier, blonder hair than yours. Okay, well, I'm leaving you a bad Yelp review. Well, at least I look like my passport picture now, you sigh, although that seems small consolation. Sorry you're not satisfied, says the barber. Here, take a bottle of this month's special. When you have time, rub a teaspoon on your hair every day for a month. Soon your hair will be full and rich. But be careful, she concludes. It's highly inflammatory. Subscribe to the Geek Box! So now we have hair rejuvenator. This becomes very important at the end of the game. So, let's see. There are 3 ticket agents with lines of customers queued before them. Perhaps you should stand in line. Look at that poster on the wall. The delicate interplay of colored light is fascinating. Those are like the California raisins over there on the wall. Oh, did you mean that raisin poster? Yeah. Ha ha ha. So, there's another, right here, this woman. She's another one that will kill you if you talk to her and follow her. Right? Hello, sweetie, says the beautiful woman in the magazine. You want to look through my layouts. What an opportunity. You've never met a woman from the magazine industry before. Yeah. So, yeah, there's all kinds of people. Whenever you hear that theme, somebody's going to kill you. So now we have people waiting in line. The joke here is like, oh, well, I'll wait in line. And okay, this line's moving, right? And that line's moving, but the line I'm in is not moving. Okay, how about I wait here then? Okay. So now that line I was in is moving. Okay, I'll go back. And so the line you're in just never moves, right? So what you have to do is, oops. Go over here. For such a small airport, they certainly have an impressive customs inspection station. There's a barely perceptible gate in the far wall. A gentleman with a pleasant appearance and friendly smile waits by the only open customs inspection counter. We show him our passport. You hand the agent your passport. This picture is an excellent likeness, says the customs agent. It must be printed on photographic paper by Kodork. Ha ha ha. Now I must inspect your possessions, he says. Please show me everything you're carrying. Well, okay, I guess, you reply, although this is highly unusual in an adventure game. Is that hundreds of $100 bills in your pocket, or are you just glad to play this game? You were so smart to delve in Eve's can. If only you knew that this enclunk contains important international secrets. Oops. The knife still smells of brie. For a moment you consider the drawing of the little doggy and wonder if you should have pursued a career in art. And hair rejuvenator. Warning, highly toxic, inflammable, bottle harmful if taken internally. There, you satisfied, you ask? Yes, but I must warn you about carrying that knife on board any aircraft. Okay, you lie, you have my word on it. Alright, he says, unlocking the gate in the east wall. You may pass. Hey, thanks a lot, buddy, you say, peeling 100 off your wad of bills. And here's a little something for you and the missus. I'm not your buddy, you ugly Americano. Subscribe to the Geek Box. So, there's a little... Everything about that interaction is weird because, like, you have no ticket yet. You actually have to go back here to, like, kind of solve the puzzle to get the ticket. And also him just being like, yeah, that, you know, that knife, you better not, you know, you better promise me. Nothing about a customs desk is that friendly and forgiving. So, you know, just saying. Whoops. And here, a security guard soon beside an x-ray machine, allowing baggage to pass by uninspected. Okay. So you have to look through these suitcases. You nimbly grab someone's suitcase from the moving belt, force it open, and discover inside some dirty underwear. You sheepishly close it, return it to the conveyor, and wonder if anyone noticed you. A dead cat. Yuck. There's all kinds of stuff here. A pair of maces. You decide they are of no use to you. A Tommy gun in a violin case. You decide it is of no use to you. Nothing of interest. Okay. A computer. Searching through the disk storage box within, you discover a complete set of Sierra adventure games. You decide they are of no use to you. Hey. Oh, because you're having plenty of trouble with this game. Ha ha. Oh. I think that's the one. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Some blue pinstripe suits. You decide they're of no use to you. Hold on. I want to see everything. A fully automatic machine gun and some clips of ammo. You realize you have no use for this until you purchase Police Quest 2: The Vengeance. Here we go. You discover inside a bomb. Let's see now, you think. I'm holding a suitcase containing a ticking bomb. What shall I do? Say you decide, I think I'll get this thing outside, and fast. Good job, TSA. Yeah. Look out, I've got a bomb, you shout. Of course, the agent casually replies, subscribe to the Geek Box. Look out, I've got a bomb, you shout. Get out of here, quick. That was certainly subtle, Larry. You wouldn't want to create a panic. It seems you're the only one. Yeah, you're the only one panicked around here, Larry. Ignoring their apathy, you vow, I'll rush this outside and throw it safely over those cliffs, protecting these innocent bystanders from harm while making myself a hero in the process. Fame and recognition will surely follow. I'll be invited to the White House, where I'll be acclaimed a national treasure. Shortly thereafter, I'll be writing a titillating, best-selling autobiography in which I reveal everything, guaranteeing appearances on Donahue and Carson and a 7-figure movie deal, signed over a power lunch at Spago's in spite of the protestations of my agent and attorneys, which will go on to make me even richer and more famous, before retiring to a quiet, unassuming life as a gentleman farmer in the foothills of eastern Madera County. Ooh. Or then again, maybe not. Hurry, Larry, it sounds like it's about to go off. Oi. That was certainly one way to clear out a crowd. But now look at your suit. Oh well, at least no one was hurt. But why did they all run away from a little firecracker like that? Ah. May I please purchase a ticket on the next available flight? You tell the agent. Your destination, sir? He asks. Anywhere but here, you respond. You're in luck, says the ticket agent. We have exactly one seat available in the next 2 weeks, and it's on the next departing flight. I'll take it, you blurt. Say, if you have no seats available, why were all those men in line? They were waiting for the keys to the restroom. You presume that explains their sudden departure following the loud noise. Would you prefer smoking or non-smoking? Non. Aisle or window? Aisle. Any carry-on baggage? None. Luggage to check through? No. Will you require a bassinet? No. Traveling with children or elderly? No. Bringing a pet? No. Do you have a passport or visa? Passport. Care for baggage insurance? No. First class, business class, or coach? You said there was only one seat. Will you be staying 14 to 21 days? Forever. Are you a member of any frequent flyer programs? No. Will you be bringing a laptop computer on board? No. This is like checking into a flight where it asks you 1,000 questions. Ha ha. Would you like a pillow? Yes. Blanket? No. Movie? No. Stereo headphones? I suppose. Drinking or non-drinking? Drinking. Cash or credit card? Cash. Telephone privileges in flight? No. Kosher or Mexican? Armenian. 3.5 inch or 5 1/4 inch? 8-bit or 16-bit? Stewardess fondling or non-fondling? Just give me the gall darn dabnet a gully gee whiz bang ticket. Well. Boy, are you Americanos touchy, he snarls. Okay, here's your ticket. One adult, ultra-saver, non-smoking, window, deluxe, business class, express, Apex, excursion, gold label, wide fare, non-refundable, maxi fare ticket for Kalawa with pillow blanket movie and stereo headphones. Your flight is scheduled to depart from Gate 1 in exactly 1 minute. Too bad you spent so much time here, you might have made it, concludes the agent. Subscribe to the Geek Box. So now we, yeah. Oh. Alright. You again. Did you get rid of that knife? Of course. Would I lie to you? You say unabashed. Okay, I've seen enough of your stuff. Go on through, but please remember, subscribe to the Geek Box. And there's actually a number of things you have to do here. A waitress cruises behind the snack bar while a pair of moving sidewalks disappear into the distance. There are some vending machines along the east wall, and near the snack bar is a sign. Look at the sign. Menu stay only blue pate special. At least the price is reasonable. Order the special. Hey, baby, you shout. Give me one of them blue plate specials. That's blue pate to you, Baldy, she retorts. Yo, she yells back into the kitchen. Slot me up another bald one. Here you go, big boy, she says with a toothy grin. One big blue coming at ya. She slings the plate on the counter before you. Now, good, great. Let's eat. You quickly wolf down the blue pate special as if you had not eaten for an entire adventure game. Say you tell the waitress, this is pretty good stuff. Why, this tastes just like the meatloaf mama laugher. You drop to the floor near the counter while making clever, creative sounds with your trachea. And now remember what it was you hated about Mama Laugher's cooking. She had a habit of losing her bobby pins in the gravy, you think, while you frantically make the universal sign for choking. What a shame. The waitress never heard of Dr. Heimlich. So, what you want to do... I love it when at death, you have to learn what you need to do by death. It looks like it might be edible. Oh my god. Say, there's a bobby pin buried in the gravy. This time you decide to save yourself from a fate worse than, well, okay, actually quite similar to, no indeed, I suppose it would be identical to death, by fishing the bobby pin out of the blue pate special's gravy-like substance instead of swallowing it. I wonder what happens if you eat now. Oh, no way, you feel that you've tasted that stuff in an earlier lifetime, and that time was enough. Ha, 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 ha. Okay. Whoops. And I don't know how much time the game actually gives you to get to your flight. The one to your right is labeled, the machine labeled to your right is labeled broken. Spelling incorrect. The machine to the left is labeled flight insurance, $100. It's a little large for an insurance machine, isn't it? You peel off another $100 bill from your wad of money and insert it into the slot. The machine slurps it up, digests it, considers its authenticity, finds it valid, then begins to whir and shake. What kind of airline is this anyway? Well, you suppose a parachute would be pretty good insurance, so you pick it up off the floor and hide it in your inner suit coat pockets. And now we get on the conveyor belt. This is certainly a long terminal. And yeah, this game is longer and weirder than Larry 1. Larry 1 is a really short game, even for early Sierra. It's super short. So your mind wanders, and haha, funny little joke here. Can I type here? No, I can't. Previously, you believed that was just a figure of speech. Finally, you reach the end of the moving sidewalk and enter the waiting room for gate number 1. And we look around. There's an airline attendant waiting behind the counter and a locked door that you presume leads to the jetway and your escape. There's a computer terminal that is out of order and a display of religious pamphlets on the left end of the counter. Very important, and something you would be completely clueless about if you missed it. Get the pamphlet. That's a good idea. You take a little free reading material to help you while away your flight time. You grab a brochure from the display and shove it in your pocket, promising to read it when you get to your seat. It seems the perfect choice for a long, boring flight. And now we give the ticket to this guy. Here's my ticket, you say, handing your ticket folder to the gate attendant. Is this gate number 1? It certainly is, says the gate attendant, but if you want to take the flight listed on this ticket, you'd better hurry. I've already announced the final boarding call. The stewardess on board will give you your seat assignment, says this gate attendant. Subscribe to the Geek Box. How many Sierra games have I played through so far here? It has been, I believe this will be episode 12 here that I'm doing now. I think we're at a good dozen. All right. Here we are on the plane. Welcome aboard, sir, says the stewardess with her best plastic smile. May I see your ticket, please? No ticket. Oh, look, Mile High Club. Non-member. Ha ha. You give it to her. Your seat is on your left in the second compartment, Mr. Laffer, she says, keeping your ticket. Say, haven't I seen you on TV? Weren't you the big winner of the Lucky Life lottery? She asks. Yep, that's me, baby. You grin and hand her a $100 bill. And here's a little something for you. It appears that's what I've heard is true, she says. About me, gorgeous, you respond. No, about the nouveau rich. They are incredibly crude. She gives you her best phony smile. Subscribe to the Geek Box. Why this plane isn't so small, you think? Look at all the room in here. Womp womp. Well, things are slightly closer back here. No way, you think to yourself. I can't possibly fit into such a skinny place. Well, here goes. And you see on the outside of the plane, this is Aerodork Airlines. This is, it'll make a return appearance in Leisure Suit Larry 5. Well. Everything's okay now. Good afternoon, ladies or gentlemen, says the cute stewardess. I'd like to welcome you aboard Flight 1. In the unlikely event of a water landing, there'll be no need to panic because we'll all be dead anyway, she laughs. Now, don't get upset. That's just a little airline humor. Oh, and if during our flight those cute little yellow masks happen to drop down from the overhead compartments, why, just ignore them. Lately, those practical jokers in maintenance have been substituting nitrous oxide for the oxygen again. And remember, in case of an emergency, we women get to leave first. Are there any questions, she asks, while leaving? Well, a voice crackles through the loudspeakers. Please fasten your seatbelt and move your seat back and tray tables to their fully upright and locked positions. We have just been cleared for takeoff. The captain's voice returns. We have reached our cruising altitude. Pretty fast takeoff, wasn't it? Of 500 feet. Passengers in our rear smoking compartment may smoke 'em if you got 'em. That was a thing you could do once upon a time. Pretty weird. Our hope is you enjoy your flight. Our ETA is approximately 10 minutes. Your lovely stewardesses will be serving drinks shortly, but that's just because we couldn't hire any taller stewardesses. The man sitting next to you responds to the captain's lame quip with a hearty har, har, har. Uh-oh. Hey, says the man beside you in his too loud voice. I remember you. You're that guy from Lefty's Bar. I haven't seen you in a long time. Let me tell you this new joke I heard. No way, you respond. No jokes. All you ever told me was punchlines. So, yeah. That's the guy from the bar in Lefties. The bar in Lefties. The Lefties Bar in Leisure Suit Larry 1. It's Ken Williams. He had a deadly glint in his eyes. Okay. You'd rather not. Besides, the only person he wants to hear is himself. So, get up, and just as you get up, the stewardesses are serving drinks, and you cannot pass them. So your goal, right, is to get into that back room, right? But they're blocking your way. And she says, "I'm sorry, sir. You must return to your seat before I can serve you." So you sit, and as soon as you sit, they go away. Once again, the boar attempts to strike up a conversation. "Say, I don't believe we've ever met. My name is Ken. What's yours?" "My name is Larry." Larry Laugher. "Well, Larry, what kind of work are you in?" "I'm not," you reply. "I'm recently incredibly rich." "Oh. Well, that's one way to stifle him, Larry." So, you sit here and you're like, well, what the hell do I do? Right? And you sit here and wonder, because this is an adventure game and nothing makes sense. What do I do to get the stewardesses out of the way? That is your task, as it were, right? And I believe you have a time limit here. I've never actually run up against it, but I think the plane, it'll land and you'll die, right? Because the KGB agents will come on board and, like, kill you. "Say, Larry, I'm expecting to be wealthy soon myself," Ken continues. "Yeah, I've just bought into a big national franchise. Pretty soon I'll be rolling in it." Define it, you think to yourself. And you see he's, like, fiddling with your chair there. If I recall, there's a death associated with that. If you just sit and wait and let him talk to you and you don't figure it out, like, he kills you. I'm pretty sure. So, while we wait for that to happen, let's just look at the inventory. We have a wad of dough, passport, enclunk, knife, matches, hair rejuvenator, parachute, bobby pin, and pamphlet. What would you think, audience, that we do here? What's the solution to this? Now, the frame of mind they put you in is, oh, we have to figure out how to get the waitresses out of the way because they start serving drinks when we stand up. Well, what do we have that can do this? So that's what you're thinking. "Great market opportunity," this guy told me. "Can't miss deal," he said. "Always a steady stream of new customers," he says. "Bet you'll never guess my new business," he concludes. You win. "Hair transplants." "Yep, that's the ticket. You know transplants are so easy nowadays that anybody can perform these fouls, even a guy like me with nothing but a correspondence course." You scan the aircraft for empty seats. You find none. So, this is one of those situations where you just start, I don't know, you start trying to randomly use items. And that's sort of like, you know, like the solution here doesn't actually have anything to do with anything that you would think. It has nothing to do with, like, the waitresses. It has to do with him, with this guy. "You know, little buddy, I'm looking to get my first real scalp under my belt real soon now. Why is this creep staring above your eyes?" Hold on, I want to give it one more go. I want to see this death. But yeah, so... Oh, I'll help you out, Larry. Oh, buddy, says, opening his briefcase. "Just relax. I've done this on 14 dummies and haven't lost one of them." Har, har, har. Okay, there we go. "So what a time for you to forget those complicated seatbelt instructions. Maybe you could distract this guy with something." And that's supposed to be the hint. Clearly. So, we go back to this. And the solution is to give him the pamphlet. Instantly intrigued by the fascinating treatise, Ken finally leaves you alone. The question is, have the stewardesses finished serving drinks? So now you give him the pamphlet, you get up, and now you can, like, move about the cabin. Okay? It's dumb. So you go up here. Oh, let's open this door. Okay. Caramba, somebody screams. It's one of those wacko foreign terrorists. Grab the fire axe. Got him, El Capitan. What a waste, Larry, to come so far and then try to hijack an airliner. There's so many stupid ways to die in this game. So anyway, you don't need to do that. You go back here. Okay. The smell of stale cigarette smoke makes you fondly recall your days as a lounge lizard. Available at your local software dealer as Leisure Suit Larry in the land of the lounge lizards. Pick up a couple of copies today. And this... Oh, it's the same thing. So now, you sit here in the back of the plane and you're like, well, what do I do? There are 3 doors here. 2 are labeled restroom. 1 is labeled danger, emergency, exit. Except you can't see the frigging door. Okay? It's down here. Right? Open door. There's a large red handle preventing that. Okay, well, turn handle. A heavy locked padlock on the handle prevents you from doing that. Fortunately, I have the bobby pin. Cleverly, you insert the bobby pin into the safety lock. Wouldn't you guess this is against federal regulation? The pin works. The door is unlocked. We wear the parachute. Okay. The other passengers stare at you with suspicious expressions, so you slide the parachute under your coat. That doesn't seem like it's going to really work very well. You just look like a hunchback, and then you can't open it, but I don't know why. I don't know how this works, so don't ask me. So you slide the parachute under your coat. Pull the handle. With great difficulty, you push the large red handle until you feel something tear. Crossing your legs, you shove the handle a quarter turn to the left. Yeah, the left, until it is near the word danger. And then you give the door a firm shove, and the blast of the airstream tears it from its hinges. You feel yourself being sucked out, unfortunately. And let's save here. And see what happens. Oh, no. Larry, you must remember the old saying, skydivers are good to the very last drop. Of course, we open the parachute. The blessed parachute blossoms above you, jerking you around a lot, a feeling not wholly unfamiliar to you. Ha, 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 ha. And now here we are, stuck in a tree. Wow. Now you're really out on a limb. The ground is far below you, and you're stuck in a parachute you bought from a vending machine. Well... Oh. Okay, good idea. Use the knife. You saw away at the parachute harness with the dull cheese knife, eventually turning it into a mere thread supporting your entire body weight. Suddenly you look down and consider the consequences of falling to the jungle floor from this height. But you don't consider it for long. Ugh. A fall like that would be enough to break the average man's clunk. Careful examination of yours reveals severe damage. The delicate instrument was smashed by the fall. You discard it here without learning of its dangerous cargo, nor realizing you have inadvertently kept the world's most valuable secret from falling into enemy hands. So, that just is completely useless. Haha. Oh, look, and you also lost your money. So, he's not rich anymore. It's like a jungle in here. Could that be because you're stranded on the middle of a jungle on a tropical island? The ground here is unusually spongy. Let's save. Let's make a save right here. And then a second save. Spongy ground. The jungle floor is shrouded in darkness and covered with a viscous substance that you presume passes for dirt around here. There's a stout stick lying under the tree. You feel fortunate you did not land on it. We're going to get the stick. Okay, you can never tell when a nice stout stick like this one will come in handy. So now you're in this area where like everything is gonna kill you, right? So you're like, oh, I'm gonna go down here. Oops, you just brushed a bush containing a resting swarm of killer bees. You were frozen in fear. Could the rumors of their incredible strength really be true? Yep. Perhaps you'll enjoy your new life as the queen bee's personal love slave. Nah, no way. What are we? You're the queen bee's personal love slave. That's very strange. So what you want to do is you want to crawl under the bush. Move a little closer. Ugh. This is one of those, like, kind of tight-ropey things. Okay, there we go. You carefully lower yourself to the slimy ground and attempt to make your way past the dangerous swarm of killer bees. Okay, there we go. You successfully avoid the dangerous killer bees. Perfect. Making progress. So now on to the next screen. Okay. And now there is, well, let's look. The jungle is dense and dark. High above you, monkeys dance through the treetops. Do. We'll go down here. You just attracted the attention of that giant anaconda by walking beneath his waiting coils. Perhaps if you hold very still, he won't notice you. Okay, so he did notice you. Perhaps he just finished a big meal and couldn't eat another bite. Turns out, nope, he just kills you. Then again, perhaps he relishes the taste of polyester. A little funny burp. Voice bubble. You feel you could have eventually escaped his coils if there was only some way to keep him from swallowing you. And what you have to do... Well, you have that stout stick. The stick is certainly stout. Okay, great. What you do is you walk down here. You want to hold the stick. You carefully prepare yourself for the oncoming jaws with the stick. Will it work? As the snake dislocates its lower jaw in preparation for another hearty cholesterol-laden dinner of red meat and polyester, you carefully insert your stick into the distinted opening. The snake, unable to remove the stick from its jaws and embarrassed by being humiliated before the other jungle creatures, slithers away through the undergrowth to its lair and an early retirement. So now he flees. Okay, great. We got the snake. And now we'll go here. The jungle floor is soft and sticky here. You finally recall your first car's seat covers. Let's see. Okay, this ground here has a strange pattern to it. Oh, it's just... Oh, whoops. This quicksand is nice and soft. Oh, you sink in and die. Okay. Once again, you're in over your head, Larry. In the future, you must be more observant. So now... we have a nice little Sierra tightrope puzzle. And we have to step on these lighter patches, right? The light brown patches here. And you have to make your way through the swamp on these. And it's actually this actually isn't too bad. The hitboxes of this lighter the lighter terrain is pretty forgiving. Okay, one try. Nope. Nope. Alright, you made it. Okay. And, well, let's save here. I'll show you this. So, there's the beach. Okay, well, let's look around. A quiet brook babbles nearby. Vines hang from the jungle canopy, which thins as it reaches the beach just visible ahead. And whoops, oh, you feel a tickling sensation around your toes if you fall in the water. Boy, this adventuring life is sure fun. This seems a safe place to climb out. Oh, look. Oh, well, gee. Gee, those piranha really work fast. For some reason, your heart just isn't in the game anymore. Not to mention several other organs. So there's some creative way to die on every screen. And what you want to do is you walk down here, close to the river. Okay. And you swing on the vine. Oh. Oh. Ah, jeez. Nope. Okay. Is it here? Oh, no, whoops. I don't want to hold the stick. I want to swing on the vine. Okay. As you get up to the next one, you got to do it again. Whoop. And again. Whoop. There we go. You knew all along you were a swinger. And then we want to get a vine. You reach up, grasp the vine firmly, and give it a sharp jerk, yanking it from the tree branch above you. You carefully coil it up and insert it into your left front pants pocket. Well, the vine saved your life back there at the river, but why do you want it hanging around you? Well, we'll find out. Great. Here we are. Success. Now here's the beach. Larry, look out in the surf. That beautiful native girl is waving at you, and she's topless. This is a joke that it took Al Lowe, by his telling, at least an afternoon to do. This text box, because they had to hand create their fonts. There was no just like, oh, increase size of font. So he had to, like, hand make this for this joke. And the joke, of course, is the graphics are so basic that her being topless is, you know, you can kind of barely make it out. Gee, you think to yourself, I thought girls like that only existed in National Geographic. It's love at first sight. And also second sight. You think this is the girl I've dreamed of, the woman I've longed for, the moment I've waited for. Is this the love I've been looking for? Oh. Look, it's freaking Cupid from King's Quest IV. Usually when he shoots people with arrows, they die. Well, Larry, are you just going to stand there? You finally met the girl of your dreams. Now's the time to take some action. You're limp. You've never been kissed. You're limp. What? You've never been kissed like that before. Could it be? Is Leisure Suit Larry in love? Again? You recover enough to speak. Oh my gosh, you're beautiful. You're wonderful. Do you understand English? What's your name? Where are you from? Are you busy tonight? Of course I understand English, you silly. All of us here on Not Tonight Island do. We live in a small village just off the beach. My name is Kalalau. What's yours? My name is Larry. Larry Laffer. Of course, it only stands to reason that such a lovely man would also have such a lovely name. Kalalau's smile beams, melting your heart. But as to your question concerning my availability tonight, I am afraid I have disappointing information for you. As enjoyable as I feel sure an evening with someone like you must be, customs here on the island forbid premarital dating. On None Tonight Island, all women save themselves from marriage. Well, that's okay, you volunteer. Why don't you just get married instead? You'd think he'd have learned from the first game, but he is so ready to jump for commitment. What a guy. She smiles in agreement. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But unfortunately, our tribal elders have forbidden any new marriages until our island has been freed from its present scourge. Please permit me to elucidate. elucidate. Recently, an abhorrent man took our island from us. He claimed our sacred ancestral burial grounds at the top of the volcano and refuses to allow us to visit. She continues, soon thereafter, our perpetually blue skies turned to fog. While none of us had ever seen snow or ice, suddenly a glacier appeared on the slopes of the volcano, preventing our passage to our sacred lands. A treacherous river then appeared, gouging a formidable canyon just behind our village. Then, most odious of all, he hypnotized our most beautiful women, enslaving them in his mountaintop fortress, forcing them to do his every whim, no matter how sick or repulsive. What a drag, you sympathize. Yes, she agrees, but now the worst of all, because of all this, he prevented my people from completing a megabuck deal with a large multinational hotel conglomerate who were prepared to turn this place into next year's trendiest tourist trap. We had it bagged. They were going to build a huge casino/resort/hotel complex right here on this lagoon, provide employment for our lazy men in the growing field of slot machine repair, and even fund a daycare center so, even though we women would continue to work our normal 16-hour days in the taro patches, at least we wouldn't have to carry our children on our backs. But did it happen? Oh my gracious, no. And all because of that evil Dr. Nonuki. She cries, suddenly turning quite sensitive. Oh, if only some great hero would rid this island of his evilness, we could all live here happily ever after. You're no fool, Larry. That sounds like a cue. Say I've got an idea, you tell her. What if I stop this guy, then could we get married? I love that she's just like, she's just like this cartoonish exposition character. And they immediately subvert whatever stupid native joke that you think they're going to make, right? With her being like, let me explain. We have this like land deal going on and we need to stop this guy to get our millions and turn this place into a tourist trap. But of course, why didn't I think of that? Why, this is every little girl's fairy tale. A hero comes in a white suit to save my island and its people. Come on, Larry, let's go. Attention, please, cries Kalalau. Gather all the villagers before the chief's hut. We must have a celebration. Wait here while I tell everyone, says the basket carrier. Oh, Larry, I so hope you'll be able to convince my father, the chief, that we should be married, says Kalalau. Sometimes Daddy can have a strange sense of humor. Don't worry, baby, reassurer. For you, I would cross the burning sands of the Sahara. I would climb the highest peaks of the Himalayas. I would swim the shark-infested waters of the ocean. Why, I'd even learn desktop publishing software. My hero. Come on, let's go meet Daddy. All of the village is gathered for this profound occasion. You and your beloved stride across the compound to wait the arrival of the chief. Oh, Daddy, shouts Kalalau. Please come out. There's someone here I would like you to meet. Father, this is Larry. Larry Laffer, says Kalalau. We're in love and wish to marry. So you want to marry my daughter, says Chief Kenny Wow Wow, staring straight to the back of your skull. No one's worthy of her hand unless he can prove himself a real man. Oh, I'll do anything for the woman I love, sir, you tell him. No sacrifice is too great. So be it, he says softly. Then in a more commanding tone, enter the sacrificial hut and bring forth the sacred PC. Villagers go, ooh. Young man, step before the mighty PC. Prove your manhood by becoming its master, and you'll pass by one of its initiation to our tribe. But what is it I'm supposed to do, you ask? Write a short program, he commands. Any subject or topic, any length. No problem, you think. Any good adventurer could do that. As long as it's in assembly language, he smiles, confident in the certainty of your failure. Villagers gasp. With your heart in your throat, you approach their sacred relic. Is it least significant bite first, you wonder? So here we go. He's doing some assembly programming. And, you know, this is a funny kind of subversion of whatever terrible kind of like racist jokes they could make about this whole tribe and this island. They do something funny with it. So I do applaud them for that. Okay, all ready for quality assurance, you announced. What do you write? Asked Chief Kenny Wow Wow. And that is another reference to Ken Williams, president of Sierra. A complete multitasking multi-user operating system that only runs on 8088 CPUs, you respond. And 88 was the predecessor to the 286, for those of you who are too young to remember. Excellent. And do you have a name for this product? Asks Chief Kenny Wow Wow. Why, Unix, of course. Perfect, says the Chief, Kenny Wow Wow. I'll tighten up your code later. Now follow me and I'll lead you to the secret path. The way known only to card-carrying villagers, the path that'll lead you to the sacred burial grounds of our ancestors, and the one and only way to the top of Nun's Night volcano. Read the side of the ear of Dr. Nonuki, and Kalala will be your wife. Villagers go, ah. Please walk this way. The old boy's got some sense of balance. Here we are, son, says Chief Kenny Wow Wow. This is a secret of my people, the way to our sacred volcano right across this chasm. Some secret, any fool could see that. Kenny Wow Wow continues, of course any fool could see that. What's important is you must cross this chasm, climb the recent icy glacier, walk the treacherous paths, and penetrate the impenetrable fortress of the evil Dr. Nonuki. By the way, did I mention that my daughter's a virgin? Creepy thing for a dad to say, alright. Okay, catch you later, he says. I must go lead the villagers afternoon aerobics class. Subscribe to the Geek Box. Alright. Well, let's see. A terribly deep chasm extends around the tongue of rock upon which you are standing. If you didn't know better, you'd think a guy could get hurt around here. In the distance, you see the island's volcano ringed with a glacier, not at the top as you'd expect, but near the bottom of some vertical cliffs. So, you know, of course, you can just fall off here and die. Treacherous little first step, isn't it? So, obvious solution here, and the correct solution is to use the vine that you kept to lasso it to the tree and then swing across. But first, there's something you need to get the game doesn't tell you to get, and if you don't get it, you are stuck. Well, let's see. The campfire made lots of ashes. Well, get the ashes. You bend over the fire pit and scoop up huge handfuls of ashes, completely filling all of your pockets with them. Oh, and yeah, there's one more thing. In the distance, you see the island's volcano ringed by a glacier, not at the top as you'd expect. Oh, yeah, okay. But here, a beautiful tropical beach wrapped its glorious splendor around a crystalline lagoon. What a wonderful place to vacation. You wonder why it isn't covered with lots of cheap motels. That we'll save for the sequel. You want to get some sand. You bend over and scoop up large handfuls of beach sand and put it in your pockets. Excuse me. Not actually sure. Why do you... It's the sand. Reminds you of a girl named Sandy. It's a good joke. Ashes to ashes, dork to dork. Alright. So, let's save here again. Oh, damn it. Save right there. Ah, damn it. Maybe I'm close enough here. Let's see. Throw vine? Nope, not close enough. Okay. Throw vine. All right. Great. You made it. All right. You set forth on your mission to explore the unknown mountain before you knowing full well that you will never be able to return this way again. What lies before you? Will you be able to climb the icy glacier? Will you find the evil doctor's mountaintop fortress? Will you destroy the evil Dr. Nonuki? Will you return to your beloved Kalalau? Will you find love? Will you find happiness? Will you stop asking all these questions and get on with the game? So let's see. We go up here. Ice everywhere and not a drop to drink. Isn't it amazing with that hot tropical sun overhead and the temperature somewhere in the 90s, the glacier remains frozen solid. Somewhere off in the far distance, you think you hear a low-pitched humming noise like a large electric motor. How silly. There's no electricity on an uncivilized, isolated tropical island like this. What do you think the solution is? Well, let's see. Hey, this ice is slippery. Look out. Wow. So, we have to get past the ice. Well, we use the ashes on the ice. I don't know how you would know that. I don't know how anyone would really think that. The broiling tropical sun strikes the black ashes you took from the village campfire and quickly melts the snow, revealing refrigeration coils. You immediately realize the meaning. Dr. Nonuki has created a glacier on the side of a volcano in the middle of the tropics to prevent the island natives from disturbing his evil doings. What power! What force! So that is somehow the solution. That's one of those weird, like, try everything solutions. If you keep this up, you're going to be a hero yet, Larry. Now all you have to do is scale the sheer vertical basaltic cliffs of the volcano, reach its crater, and attempt to discover an entrance to the evil Dr. Nonuki's impenetrable fortress so you can learn what lies inside. And we will save... Actually, you know what? I wonder... Whoops. I want to restore this one. What if you use the sand? Okay. The boiling tropical sun strikes the sand you took from the beach and quickly melts the snow, revealing... Oh, refrigeration coils. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, huh. You can use the sand as well. Hold on. And there's no difference in points. Oh, you can use the sand or the ash. Huh. I learned something today. Sheer cliffs drop on both sides. For a moment, you consider walking very near the edge just to see if you can fall off. Perhaps you won't. Perhaps you can fly. Perhaps the love of the beautiful Kalalau has given you amazing magical powers that are only activated here on this enchanted island. That is the text box of somebody who was there too late and was sick of writing this. And of course, perhaps Kalalau's love only seemed to give you wings. Okay. All right. That is an odd. That is just an odd description of the scene. Maybe you'll walk closer to see if you'll die. All right, and here we are. The final interactable screen of the game. You have reached the summit of Nuntanite Volcano. I want you to... well, hold on. An elevator incongruously awaits you. Steam rises from the volcanic crevice. The ground feels highly unstable. Fondly, you remember Los Angeles. So, viewers, I want you to just look at the inventory here. We have matches. Oh, geez. You know what? Oh, boy. This is awkward. I forgot something. I was going to ask you to guess. Well, what do I do here? But there's an item missing. It is an airsick bag that I forgot to grab from the plane. One second. So, the solution is to make a Molotov cocktail. And you need the airsick bag to do that. So, what we're going to do is cheat. This is as good a time as any to show you debug modes. All right. Oh, is this not active? Oh, hold on. I need to go back. Die, not, Oh, here we go. Okay. Oops. Praise Lord. Okay, amen, brother. And now the debug mode of the game is active. Okay. I guess it gives you the airsick bag automatically when you go to the screen if you're in debug mode. Okay. Let's pretend that didn't happen. There was an airsick bag in the seat back of the plane that I should have grabbed. I totally forgot to do it. So, and you can also do things like teleport. Oh, whoops. That crashes the game because I just didn't enter a valid room. You can do things like teleport. You can see, like, priority values for things. Like bounding boxes for, like, the walkable areas, right? But all I wanted to do is use it to get an item that I need. So, save right here. Now, as best you can tell from this angle, the crevice ends several hundred feet below you. Okay, better save your game before walking closer. Which means, of course, you can just, you can just die, right? Wait, huh? You rapidly explore the interior of volcanic crevice before discovering the pool of molten lava at its bottom. But, oh, look at that. The debug mode is kind and lets me keep living. All right. Now, oops. What you do, actually, you know what? Let's just do this. Drop bottle. Okay. You toss the bottle of hair rejuvenator into the deep crevice. It finally reaches the bottom and breaks harmlessly on the jagged rocks, making quite a mess, but accomplishing nothing. You just threw away the only hope you had of saving the island from the evil doctor. So, but what you need to do here is, well, like I said, you would put bag in bottle. Right? Oh. No, that's not how it goes. That's not what's supposed to happen. Have I broken my game? I don't think so. Okay. It has to be, like, really specific, right? Or else it won't understand you. This is the part I talked about where that bug at the end of production, like the day before they shipped, right? Okay. You insert the airsick bag into the neck of the bottle of hair rejuvenator. That's if you don't type the command right, it won't accept it properly. And you'll be confused because of just like an error in the game's logic. Okay. Okay. Now we light the bag with the matches. Okay. You're now holding a bottle full of highly flammable liquid with an burning wick made from an airsick bag. Yes, really. Okay, now we drop the bottle in the volcano. You dispatch your Larry Toff cocktail on its merry mission with a hearty grunt. You feel a deep rumbling as your homemade bomb explodes, weakening an old lava tube deep within the earth. This could be extremely dangerous. The force of the explosion has also caused the elevator door to open. All right. Great. I don't know. Well, I'll just save the game here. Why not? But this is the end now. As you start to push the closed door button, you notice there is no closed door button inside this elevator. Say, there are no buttons at all inside this elevator. In fact, there's not even a floor. Once again, Larry, you're getting the shaft. As you plummet through the darkness of the elevator shaft, the evil Dr. Nonuki is enjoying another blissful evening at home, singing jazz standards with his backup singers, the Hinchettes, at his personal piano bar. Feelings. Nothing more than peelings. Suddenly, you explode from the elevator shaft onto the scene. And the idea was actually to make this whole sequence that you're about to see interactive, but they ran out of A, disk space for the disk the island was on, and B, time before they needed to ship the game. So, as a result, the whole ending here is kind of just on autopilot. But you can imagine kind of how this might play out. Staggering to your feet, you inadvertently slap a fast low 5 on that hand extending from the wall. Oh, you discover the secret activator for the fortress's Peacemaker self-defense control panel. Struggling to regain your balance, you fall onto the auto-fire button. Stop! Screams Dr. Nonuki, but it's too late. A laser beam strikes a large Italian marble column near the grand piano. You did it. You did it, Larry. You destroyed the evil Dr. Nonuki. Once again, a Sierra protagonist murdering. It never ends. You foiled my evil plan, Laugher. Remembering that Dr. Nonuki kidnapped and hypnotized the island's innocent native women, you realize that you must break his spell before they can return to the village. Snap out of it, girls. He's gone forever. Never again will you be forced to do his evil deeds. You are free to return to your native selves. On the count of 3, you will awaken refreshed and able to remember everything that's happened to you. 1, 2, 3. You shout, snapping your fingers. Freed at last from the hypnotic trance of the evil doctor, the women liberate themselves, resuming their native ways. Ha ha ha, they immediately pull their shirts off. Great. Huzzah, huzzah, they shout. It's Larry Laugher, our hero. You interrupt their celebration with, it's nice of you to say so, but we must leave here immediately. I had to force the elevator doors by dropping a bomb into the volcano, and I'm afraid it may erupt at any moment. Where's the radio telephone? It's right behind you. Oh, you counter, I knew that. You grab the telephone and press the big talk button. Mayday, mayday, this is the Big Laugher calling. Can I get a copy off any good buddy? You often slip back into the 70s without even trying. Catching yourself, you continue. I'm inside Nuntanite Island's volcano, in a fortress hollowed out of solid rock and filled with beautiful, oversexed women, recently stripped to the waist. I've just killed a maniacal, power-hungry, money-grubbing scientist who was trying to grab my unclunk. A few minutes ago, I dropped a homemade bomb into a crevice that will cause the volcano to erupt. Do you realize how stupid you sound? Is anybody listening? Over. Hiss. Crackle. Pop. Hiss. Crackle. Pop. You almost receive a breakfast cereal commercial. Roger, Big Laugher with coffee. What kind of help do you need? Over. Hey, who's this? Are you nearby? Can you come immediately? Over. This is Dwayne Barker of Software Illustrated Magazine. We're right below you on the beach at Nuntanite Island, shooting our annual swimsuit issue. We'll be glad to fly up in our helicopter to rescue you. Is there any way you could create some sort of signal to let me know where you are? Over. You glance at the large computer panel to your right. How about if I have some palm trees amid a cloud of fog to surround the island, then turn off the island's main waterfall and open a gigantic hangar door in the side of the volcano? Over. How does Larry even know about that? He's never seen that. We've only seen that in cutscenes. Yeah, I guess that ought to do it, he replies. See you in 2 minutes. Over and out. Over and out, good buddy. You have a little trouble deciphering the control panel for the island's camouflage system. Anybody know how to work this fog machine, you ask? What the hell, pushing everything at least once couldn't hurt. Oh, great hero of our island, says one of the women. Come over here. Allow us to give you a proper triumphant return to our people. See, aren't you coming with us? You ask the pianist. Of course not, she replies. I don't really have a part here. I'm just the piano player. But allow me to introduce myself. My name is Patty, she says. Polyester Patty, the internationally renowned recording artist and queen of the women's single scene. You'll want to watch for me in Leisure Suit Larry 3. And this is, of course, a very blonde, very kind of 1.0 version of Passionate Patty, who would go on to become a playable character in the next 2 games, and also inspire their subtitles. So, yeah, there she is. You ignore this blatant plug. Come on, girls, you command. To the chopper. And my destiny. My density. Hey, watch out. Clumsy. You dropped him. Wah, 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 wah. Meanwhile, outside... Oh, this room. Thanks a lot for dropping me down the stairs, you credit the native women. Hurry and get in the helicopter. No thanks, they yell down the stairs. We'll use the back door and take our chances with the glacier. Come on, big laugher, says the pilot. Climb aboard. How are they going to swing over where I swung on the vine? Like are they going to jump? What are they going to do? Sorry, I had a little trouble with that fog machine, you tell him. Say, aren't you that guy that won that big lottery prize? Asks the pilot. Yep, that's me, you reply proudly. My name is Larry. Larry Laugher. Well, Larry, I got a little surprise for you. I just heard on the radio. They just went bankrupt, kaput, busted. Hope you saved some of that money. It doesn't matter, you assert, lying to yourself. I have the love of a beautiful woman, and we can live here on this wonderful island for the rest of our lives. Why do I need money? I'll give up my leader suit for a moo-moo. Hey, thanks for the lift, guys. Want to stick around for my wedding? Sure, why not? We'll grab the camcorder and be right there. Watch out for that blade. And you'll notice my rank is Big Hero. Hell yeah. Hi, Larry. What took you so long? I ran into a little trouble with an artificial glacier. I did it, Kalalau. I really did it. Dr. Nanuki is no more, his evil spell is broken, the glacier is melting away, and your women are again free. Once again, peace reigns over this beautiful island. Let's find your father and get married immediately. I'll go get Daddy. You notify the village. Have everyone assemble before the witch doctor's hut. Oh, Larry, I'm so excited. Just think I'll be Ms. Larry. Ms. Larry Laugher. Friends, natives, countrymen, lend me your ears. You're off to an original start. People of None tonight, the evil Dr. Nonuki is gone forever. Your women have been freed and are returning here now, and you are again free to travel wherever you wish. Since I've met all the conditions of Chief Kiniwawa, Kalalau and I will be married. Please assemble for the wedding. Listen to him. Since I've met all the conditions, I earned her. Please give her to me. You will hear the muffled sounds of cheers. Later that day, the entire village has turned out for the wedding of their princess Kalalau to the white-suited stranger. The drummer begins his special stylized rendition of the theme from Wagner's Lohengrin. The witch doctor is waiting. You move into position to await the entrance of your betrothed. In comes your beloved Kalalau on the arm of her father. Who gives this woman to marry this man? That'd be me, says Chief Kiniwawa. Very well. Turning to you, the witch doctor asks, and do you have a ring? You know, there was a ring in the land of the lounge lizard, you tell him. But I never thought to bring it along here. Never mind. Let's begin. Following the traditions of our peoples, you must now spin in a circle until you are dizzy and throw up. Well, it's like the teacups, Disneyland. Now smash this wedding cake into your beloved's face. Oh, I wanted to see him projectile vomit everywhere. And finally moonwalk across this dirt compound. Is this really necessary? Why, yes. Yes, it is. You may kiss the bride. Villagers go, ah. Now, Larry, we'd like to welcome you to our family. Look at it this way. You now have a village full of in-laws. Oh, look at that. Look at the lovebirds. Oh, this definitely will last. Larry, my son, this time I'd like to give you a special wedding present in my hut. Please walk this way. You think if I walked that way, I'd be a maitre d'? Ah. Don't all witch doctor huts look alike? Just a moment, Larry, while I ready the special preparation. All right, son, come on over here. Geez, you exclaim, that's some powerful stuff. Here, says the witch doctor, take a look in this mirror and tell me what you think. You did it. You really did it. You gave me hair. This is great. I look like a young man again. I'm stranded in paradise, broke but happy, and the most beautiful woman I've ever seen is madly in love with me. My dreams have all come true. Nope. Look at that. Now they're running around the beach, and what are they doing? And now the volcano's blowing up. I'm sure that's not an issue anybody should be panicked about. As we leave our hero cavorting in the sand with his new love, we ask ourselves the burning question. Is women's lib really dead? Is there still a feminist movement? Is there a market for polyester patty in pursuit of the pulsating pectorals? Yes, not under that name, though. Or will Aldo have to write yet another one of these silly symphonies? I believe that's it. Do we get like a the end? Maybe? I'm not sure. Oh, as you can see, I missed those 5 points that the airsick bag would have gotten me. I had to use the debug mode to cheat on. I'm pretty sure though, that's it. I don't think there's anything else here. That was interesting. Larry, it's been 2 games, and Larry, he gets married twice without hesitation, 2 times in 2 games. For a character that is regarded as so lecherous, he certainly is just someone who's committed to settling down. But it never lasts. Of course, the next game takes place entirely on Nantunai Island, and is of the 3. The first 3 games, it is definitely the best one. But that's a story for another day. So that is Leisure Suit Larry Goes Looking for Love in several wrong places. It is a much different game. A much weirder game. Leisure Suit Larry 3 sort of like retreats to the safe territory of Larry 1. In terms of like its theme and kind of its jokes and its sexcapades, if you will. So this is kind of the odd man out, certainly in this trilogy. But like I said, it was my first Sierra game, my first adventure game, and it holds a very special place in my heart. And yeah, that's it. That's Larry 2. Let's see. What are we doing next week? Next week. We've got a really good one next week. I think one of the best games of the Sierra SCI era, and that is Police Quest 2: The Vengeance. That's going to be a fun one, especially if you like dumb, police procedurals and like Miami Vice and Lethal Weapon and goofy 80s buddy cop movies and stuff, Police Quest 2 is a really good one. So I'm hoping you will join me next week for that one. But that's it for this one. I hope Larry 2 was fun. If you... Oh, boy, remove clothes time. No, sorry, that still doesn't work in Police Quest 2. But I'll try for you. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for all your support. If you want to give me money for any reason, of course, you can cheer me. You can subscribe to my channel here, especially if you have those Twitch Prime subscriptions. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to that channel too. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. And you can also there are links to like my Stream Elements tip jar and my Patreon down at the bottom in the page information. So take a look at those. And yeah, that will do it for this week. Thank you very much for watching.